atmosphere. You'll love their healthy choices and fresh juices so much you'll want to sign up for the Egg Club loyalty card to earn free meals and coupons, or plan your next meeting in their meeting room. So now that you're egg-cited, make plans to visit the Egg and I restaurant at 3801 Planters Road. Call 242-3447. Open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 2:30 p.m.
Frank Rowe Furniture.
Made in the USA Furniture.
Frank Rowe Furniture.
Made in the USA Speed Queen Washer and Dryers.
Frank Rowe Furniture.
In-store, no credit check financing.
Frank Rowe Furniture.
0 down and 0 interest with approved credit.
Frank Rowe Furniture.
Family owned and no high-pressure sales staff.
Frank Rowe Furniture.
Find us on Facebook and Instagram, 405 4th Street, Barling, Arkansas. Your Made in the USA headquarters.
Best seats in the house.
What happened to paying one price and getting everything included? You buy an airline ticket and pay extra to bring a change of clothes, book a hotel room, and you're shelling out for Wi-Fi and overpriced bottled water. Really? Imagine my delight when I found out roadside assistance is now included with my shelter insurance auto policy. So if I get a flat tire and need a jump, I just call and they take care of me. There's no additional cost, but some restrictions apply.
For details, see Chris Dooley in Fort Smith.
Jewelry is something special given to someone special.
Last commercial.
And at Cheshire's Fine Jewelry, we understand that you want the very best for your money. We only use the finest quality diamonds and gemstones versus selling promotional quality items. Cheshire's Fine Jewelry wants to be your personal jeweler. If you can dream it, we can make it. From custom jewelry to repairs and watches, all services are done in our store. Cheshire's accepts all credit cards and offers 12 months same as cash financing. Cheshire's Fine Jewelry, where our customers become our friends.
Welcome to the Chris Dooley Shelter Insurance pregame show. Tonight it's homecoming in Cabot as the Mavs take on the Cabot Panthers. I'm Keith Evans. I'll be calling the action tonight along with my broadcast partner Philip Peavy House. On the sidelines we have Dalton Persian. Philip, should be a good game tonight.
It should be an excellent game. And, you know, it's a beautiful night here in Cabot. We're enjoying.
Construction wants to exceed your expectations as your local fully licensed contractor.
We were getting an echo and a really bad back feed.
Yes.
Where's
it
that?
Was going out over the air.
What do we need to do?
That is a good question.
Okay, let's try this now. If let me turn this up. It's not doing it now, is it?
I can't hear it over the Q speaker. It was just doing it over the air.
Yeah, we were getting it in our headsets too.
Well, run another commercial and let's try to come back and we'll see if it's. I turned Dalton down on the gain side. Dalton, talk to us.
All right, can you hear me?
Yes. Okay. Go ahead and send it back out. Let's try and see how it does again.
Alrighty.
If not, take us back quick. Claire, are you there? I'm still hearing it.
Yeah, y'all are on.
Okay. Welcome back to the stadium. Having some technical difficulties here. Clay, go ahead and take it back and run a couple of commercials. We got Jason.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna get off the crap. I'm getting so sick of this. Here. We're gonna get Jay. Hey, Clay, if you got somebody you can call, because Jay's not going to answer. He's camping tonight. Call Clay back, see if he's somebody who can call.
looks like we have picked up the way we are here tonight. It's probably in our little board here. We don't know what to do. You got it fixed?
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's color guard, Cadet Major Emma Stephens, Cadet Captain Megan Houghton,
Okay, we're back up. Okay.
Sarah Raines, Cadet Senior Master Sergeant Harry Raines.
Yep, I hear you.
Okay, well, I can hear you, but when we go on the air, it doesn't do it. Today. Welcome back to Cabot Stadium. Just about ready to start the ball game here in the Chris Dooley pregame show. Had a lot of technical difficulties there. We've got Keith Evans, Philip Peavy House, and Dalton Person on the sidelines. And big game for the Mavs tonight, Philip, as they need a win here. Actually, both teams need a win, losing their opening conference games.
Yeah, and it's one of those games that you just don't know how it's going to turn out because there's a lot of unknown tonight with Cabot, at least for Southside and what we've seen. You know, Cabot wants now, instead of running the ball, to pass the ball. Their first game, they gave it a shot, and they had 120 yards roughly. Last game against Catholic, they passed for 365 yards. So that's a big difference in improvement for Cabot. It's going to test our secondary tonight.
Let's send it down to the third member of our broadcast group, Dalton Person. Dalton, you look on the field, a lot of excitement for homecoming for Cabot tonight, but obviously Southside needs a win tonight.
They sure do. Both teams do, as you guys previously alluded to. And this is a terrific crowd tonight in what is, I believe, a very recent stadium. We've got a terrific atmosphere for a quality football match. It's going to be a very different Cabot team from what we're used to seeing, as you both alluded to as well. This is a coaching staff that our guys are familiar with, so I do expect both teams to be well prepared. But we're going to see two different styles of offense in part, and should be a good matchup between the defensive squads.
We look at the defense for each team. Philip, what's been surprising for me, we look at Southside. Southside's played some good defense this year. They've really done a good job of stopping the run. But the thing is, you look at the scoreboard, they gave up 42 points last week. We've given up 38, 36 points. Well, they played good. They got to keep the other teams from having the big play.
Yeah, and that's going to be, like I said, that heat on this secondary tonight, because you go back to the Conway game last week, take away about 3 big plays, Keith, we're right in that ball game, and maybe we win that ball game.
Well, it came down to there at the end. They made the big plays, but also the offense had to change what they were doing. What I go back to, and I talked to Coach about this, was the fact that Southside offensively needs the three teams have to work together. Special teams, offense, defense need to work together. Offense has to control the football, put points on the board. Let your defense rest a bit. Defense gets the stop. Special teams sets the field position.
We did that from time to time at Conway, but wouldn't it be nice to see all 4 quarters, all 3 aspects of the game? And one thing I keep clinging to that Coach said in his comments, we've got to get rid of some mental errors.
It happens a lot, and that's something they're exactly going to have to do. Coach always talks about the team. He talks about the mental errors. He loves this team's attitude, but you're right. They've got to clean up some things. If they can do that tonight, they've got a chance tonight. But what they're going to have to do, as you talked about, you've got to control the passing game of Cabot.
Yeah, and oddly enough, their quarterback that we're worried about is their best runner, Keith, if you look at it statistically. So he's a threat offensively, and he's somebody you're probably going to want to put that Mike linebacker in a spy position to keep an eye on him.
We'll be back with tonight's kickoff after this. It's the Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
Can't hear the guy on the sideline.
The office of Dr. Henry J. Udodge Jr. and Dr. Henry J. Udodge III at Udodge Orthodontics has been a respected provider in our orthodontic care community since 1972. The top priority of their practice is to provide you the highest quality orthodontic care in a fun, friendly, comfortable environment. They utilize the latest technological advances in the field of orthodontics to ensure that you...
How many commercials do we need
just do one commercial and come back.
3021.
And you might give Jay a call if you got his number. He tried to call
me, so I got to call
Yeah,
him.
you might call him back, just tell him where it's going now. But you're not hearing Dalton on the sideline?
No.
Okay, I turned up one of the things. We'll see if it does it or not.
Keeps running and the
We may have
drains
to
won't
move
drain
him.
and
All
on
right.
and on. You need to call West Ark Plumbing.
You
and
want to
let
come back
them
after
do the
this?
dirty work while
Yes.
you enjoy the game. Call them at
All righty.
646-5151 and watch the ball game without the West Ark Plumbing. 646-5151.
Welcome back to Cabot Panthers Stadium. Just about ready for some football. And I'll tell you what, guys, I'm really excited about tonight's ball game. We talked about this coming down here. This Southside team seems to be getting better each week.
Yeah, and I'm so glad to see it, Keith, because, you know, that first game wasn't their best effort. Second game, improvement. Third game, improvement. Tonight, I'm looking for more improvement, and I think it's going to come. Coach Williams and his staff know what to do. They know how to coach. They're going to have these kids ready because this is so important to our conference season.
And what's been good for Southside, too, you see the development of Parker Weehunter, our player of the game last week, getting better and better each week, controlling the offense. But Jake Tyler stepping up big for Southside offensively has really been a difference for the offense.
You know, last week he was right in the running for Offensive Player of the Game.
So hopefully he'll make it tonight with 3 touchdowns.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Exactly.
Especially, and here's something for the defense. Back to the quarterback we were talking about that was so effective. He threw 3 interceptions last game. You could turn those into 18 points very easily if we're playing good D.
You hope it's a confidence factor maybe if that does happen. Let's take it down the sidelines with Dalton Person. Dalton, what's the mood on the sidelines for Southside as they come out to take the field?
This team being well coached. We'll see what they've got. This is going to be easily the best quarterback from a talent perspective that they've seen all year. I think that's going to be a key to the early aspect of the game.
Exactly. We'll see what happens with Southside as the game goes on. Again, just about ready for kickoff.
You know, Keith, a beautiful evening here at a beautiful stadium. They have their homecoming going on here, so they've got a crowd on the Cabot side of the field. Maybe not so much on the south side, which means probably a lot of people are at home listening to us.
Exactly. We draw a crowd, don't we? But here's the thing about Cabot football. It's almost like Greenwood football. We pulled up here, it was just before 6 o'clock, and this stadium is probably 3/4 full. So they love their football here, and I think they're going to really be excited with what they've got with Coach Scott Reed. And from what I'm hearing, they've got a lot of good young kids too.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see at Southside how they're going to come out. We're kicking the ball, so we're going to see that offensive passing game real quick for Cabot.
Isaac Bandit will kick off for the Mavs as Cabot will be going from right to left. Just about ready for football. I don't see all the officials out there. They're on the side now. So Bandit lines up to kick the ball. Here's a kick. It's going to be a kick that's going to come down and will go bounce 2 or 3 hops finally into the end zone, and that's a kind of a scary proposition if it takes a bad bounce. So
well, I think he needs to join Bentonville West where they have those scary returners.
And so Cabot will start their first drive on their own 20-yard line.
Just so the fans at home know, me and Keith are in a booth that's about 2 foot by 2 foot. So we're going to be doing our best to see all the action here tonight. As our vision's somewhat limited, but hey, we're the visiting radio. They don't have to give us the prime seats.
And that's why you got me on the field.
That's right. Which I think we're having a little issue right now with you over there as Tyler G hands the ball off to his running back. He'll go forward to about the 24-yard line where a whole host of Southside Mavs make the play, brings up second down, 2nd and 6 for the Panthers.
Remember, we were talking about a dead T look before with Cabot, heavy on misdirection running plays. This is just straight-up spread, Keith, and he's going to be probably number 8. Guy is going to be not only your passer but your runner most of the night.
Again, second down, 2nd and let's call it 5. They'll spot the ball right at the 25-yard line as Cabot will go with 2 running backs in the backfield, 2 receivers to the right of G. G takes a snap. He wants to throw the football, looks down the field, throws it over the middle, complete to his receiver. He's at the 45 at midfield, the south side 47-yard line. On the catch is the sophomore Braden Jay. Just split the defense.
Split the defense. They were playing a zone coverage look, and anytime you have a zone, all the receivers got to do is fill those voids.
Be 1st and 10 at the south side 46-yard line. Opening drive of the night for the Cabot Panthers. G calls out signals, takes a snap, will hand it off to his running back who's hitting the backfield, drop for a loss back at midfield. Now Stevens play for Southside. I believe that is
Rosales. 35.
Number 35 for Southside
Sanders.
making the play.
Caleb Sanders.
Caleb Sanders makes the play, another sophomore playing for Southside.
And he really split the guards right there in the middle, and in fact, he could have took the handoff, I believe, Keith, just as easily.
They'll bring up second down, 2nd and 15 for Cabot. This will be the fourth play of the opening drive as G calls out signals. Takes a snap, looks to throw the ball, looks to his left, now looks to his right. Here comes the pressure. He's going to tuck and run. He's at the 45 at the 42-yard line where Landon Chafee, along with Jeremiah Van Hook, make the play for Southside. Will bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 5. And you're right, as you talked about in the opener, Phillip, he can run the football.
He can, and when you spread the field that much, and Southside is that spread out across the 50 yards of the width of the field, that leaves him a lot of room in the middle, and right there was evidence of that.
And it's a makeable 3rd down now for the Panthers. 3rd down, 3rd and 5. One back in the backfield, now brings a man in motion. He will keep it. Here comes the rollout. He rolls away from the pressure. Here comes the heat. He's going to throw the ball down the field. Going to be incomplete inside the Southside 20-yard line. Southside did a good job. It was a naked bootleg. Southside read the play perfectly. He throws the ball away.
Yeah, and it was well covered even down the field. So I don't think that pass had a chance, but you had about 3 Southside white jerseys around 1 red Cabot Panther jersey.
A lot of credit there to Johnson, forcing the quarterback to make not as good of a throw as he probably could.
And back deep for Southside will be Connor Austin and sends his own 10-yard line. Here's the punt by Cabot. It's a low-line drive punt that Austin calls for and takes at the 10-yard line. Southside will start their opening drive at the 10-yard line. Good job by the defense, guys, stepping up big early.
Yeah, and that's what you want to see. If that ball's around the 10, you don't really want to fool around down there. Either decide you're going to catch it or let it go. He made a decision, stuck with it. Excellent fair catch.
Again, Southside will go with Parker Weehunt. We're going to see a lot of Jack Clark tonight. Jay Washington nursing a bit of an injury. He'll start tonight but won't play the whole game. And Clark will play a lot more tonight. We saw Clark last week against Conway, did a very good job filling in for Washington as Weehunt calls out signals. Takes a snap, will hand the ball off to Washington up the middle. He crosses the 10, and now we'll get maybe to the 12-yard line where he's driven back inside the 10. We'll bring up second down. And actually, they'll give him 1 yard on the play, brings up second down, 2nd and 9 for the Mavs.
I think he might have had a little more than that, and he tried to pop to another hole, and it just wasn't there. And since it wasn't forward progress to the completion of a play, then the ref had to spot him back a yard or two.
Yeah, sometimes you got to trust your blocking. Now, we talked about this. Washington sometimes just hit that hole and stay in the hole instead of trying to bounce it outside, and that's where you lose yards. Again, second down, 2nd and 9. Here's a swing pass out to Washington. He's at the 15-yard line. We'll get up close to the 20-yard line. They'll spot him, let's see, maybe let's call it a 1/4 inch short of a first down.
Hey, that's all right with me, but looking at the spots, probably closer to a yard what they're showing.
Well, where they had the original spot, it looked like it was on about the 10, but you're right. They actually had it spotted at the 11-yard line. So
what I like about that play, Keith, was we ran up between the tackles the first play. That caused the linebackers to look in. He pops to the outside. That's a linebacker pickup. He's open for the swing route.
That's what we did last week. Did a very good job of changing the plays up, throwing on second down, first down, mixing the run with the pass. Again, 3rd down, 3rd and 1. Here's a hole for Washington. Crosses the 25-yard line. We'll get up to the Southside 30-yard line.
So important to trust your blockers, and right there is an excellent example. It's between the tackles. It's in that A gap is where the holes are in this Cabot defense. It was for Conway as well, and that's where we're going to play our best game is right there.
And what you're going to see as the game goes on, too, Southside's really going to try to push the field down. They don't think this secondary is near as strong as what Conway had last week, so they'll hit it hard if they can. As Weehunt calls out signals, 2 backs in the backfield. Here's a handoff off the left side to Washington. Tries to get outside, will be driven out of bounds. After maybe a gain of 1, they'll spot him at the 29-yard line. We'll bring up second down, 2nd and 9 for the Mavs. Again, the opening drive of the ball game for Southside, no score.
Yeah, I think that's one of those plays there that just well read by Cabot and defended. It actually was designed to go the outside. Maybe had it there for a second, but they closed down quickly.
That's what you see.
The way they play in defense early is they're putting 2 outside linebackers far outside, leaving just the Mike and the Will on the end, sometimes just the Mike. They're forcing Southside to run the ball inside. They're afraid of that outside threat.
I would be more afraid of the inside threat, knowing the Southside O-line.
Unusual call. We had a face mask called on Southside. We'll bring the ball back inside the 20-yard line.
Maybe one of those mystery calls, Keith, because I never saw a flag.
Well, and they're going to move it back even further now. Back to the 14. It'll be a 15-yard penalty, as it'll be first down again, 1st and 25 for the Mavs. And that's the mistakes you can't make, though. We talked about that. Coach talked about that. You can't make these mistakes and keep the football. Again, 1st and 25 for Southside. Here's a snap. Here's a keeper by Weehunt off the corner. He gets across the 20 up to the 22-yard line. Be a gain of 7 on the play, brings up 2nd down, 2nd and 18.
Excellent fake to Washington right up the middle, and then he just continues to roll out with the ball. Was quite successful last week running Parker Weehunt at Conway.
I like that. You read off of it because Washington's been your main focus in this first drive. Now you get away from that. You go to Weehunt, and a nice gain on 1st down.
Absolutely.
Again, 2nd down, 2nd and 18 for the Mavs. Weehunt calls out signals, takes a snap. Here comes the heat. He rolls away from the heat to his right, still looks, is going to run the ball, gets across the 25-yard line, will get to the 27-yard line.
Nothing wrong with that, Keith, and we're back just about to the original 10 yards we should have been starting with.
And that was Mason Wade, the outside linebacker, making the play for the Cabot defense. Will bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 12. I like what he's doing, though. He's looking downfield, not anything there. Instead of just throwing the ball away, he's getting positive yardage.
Yeah, he didn't give up. He saw some cracks in what they were doing, mainly because the defensive line had already passed him up.
Again, 3rd down, 3rd and 12. Southside goes trip set wide side of the field. Now they'll bring a man in motion. Washington, here's a snap. Parker steps up in the pocket. He's going to be sacked. Actually, he gets away and is going to be hit and dropped at the 20-yard line.
Well, he had a chance and he kept it alive, and that was just a 4-man rush. Nothing fancy, straight up and down from Cabot. But their secondary, they were able to drop everybody back and had everybody covered up.
And that's not a good thing, though. On that first series for Southside, they had some good plays, but you get the big penalty. He actually puts them back, but the line just broke down twice in passing situations.
Yeah, it's mental errors again, and that's what Coach talked about.
Standing back at his own 7-yard line will be Adam Puckett to punt the ball away for the Mavs. Here's a kick. It's a good high punt. Going to be a fair catch called at the 42-yard line. That is Kyler Carmack on the fair catch for the Panthers.
Can't ask for anything more than that from our special teams, and we know how important special teams are. In fact, they played almost to perfection, taking away Conway's big returns.
Special teams have gotten better each week.
They've gotten much better.
Exactly.
Credit to the returner there. He might have taken 2 steps from where he was originally standing to where the ball landed. He knew exactly where that ball was going.
That's almost kind of like a can of corn in baseball. Yeah, you're there. It's an easy play. Turner Graham will be your running back for the Panthers. He'll get the handoff here, and he's going to be hit and dropped at the 40-yard line. Sean Rogers makes the play for the Southside defense along with Leighton Johnson. We'll bring up 2nd down, 2nd and 12, loss of 3.
That was a terrific play. I don't even think Sean Rogers got blocked there. He was in the backfield as soon as the ball was snapped.
And again, they're moving Sean Rogers around. Sean Rogers working at nose guard tonight, but they'll move him around to different positions, which I like that.
Well, especially because if they've watched him on film in some other position. And right now, the Southside D-line's having their way with the Cabot offensive line.
Tyler G takes a snap, wants to throw the ball, and now we've got a whistle on the play.
Something stopped play a forehand. Oh, they're going to say offsides on Southside.
Well, so far the Yellows haven't been good to us tonight.
No, I don't know if they were part of the homecoming festivities earlier, but seems to be they're in favor of this crowd here.
Exactly. They'll move it up 5 yards. It'll be 2nd down, 2nd and 8 for the Panthers. You can't do that, though. You can't line up off sides or you can't jump off sides. Obviously, in high school football, it's a dead ball, 5 yards you're giving up.
Yeah, and it's one of those things, Keith, that we've got to work on. We've got to get better. Here's the pitch to the outside. He's coming to the sideline. Great tackle there. He's going to be short of the line to gain.
That's Graham Turner on the carry. Will get the ball up to the 50-yard line, brings up 3rd down, 3rd and 3.
A lot of credit there to Wareheim. If he's not there to make that play, who knows what happens. That was a terrific tackle in the open field.
Again, third down, 3rd and 3, a big play here for the Southside defense. 4:56 to go here in the first quarter, no score. Second possession of the game for the Cabot Panthers. Again, G, your quarterback, Turner, your running back. Here's a snap. It's a low snap. Going to be a 5-yard penalty on Cabot as the back came in motion. That was Logan Bell moved to the line of scrimmage. It'll be a false start, 5-yard penalty.
Well, it's nice to see some mental errors on the red side of the football there and be recognized by the Zebras.
I'm surprised that we don't see more because you're learning a new offense going from almost total run to a spread, which is a welcome sight for a lot of people in Cabot. Are glad to see him open it up a bit, but still it's a learning curve. Here's a snap to G. He looks to throw the ball. Here comes the pressure. Has an open receiver. He's at the 45 and will be tackled in Southside territory as Dakota Wareheim makes the play. On the catch is Logan Bell.
That play was successful because the linebackers actually came on the blitz, hoping to get to Gee before anything happened. That left the back in the flat wide open.
Be 1st and 10th, the Southside 36-yard line.
So I like to see those mixtures of blitzes and those mixtures of packages. We still have to account for people.
And basically the offense, and we can tell people at home, it's basically what Southside runs. And here's an inside pitch to the fullback. He's got it at the 28-yard line. Again, that is Bell on the catch. Just an inside shuttle pass will gain 8 on the play, brings up 2nd down, 2nd and 2 for the Panthers.
Only had the one big pass play down the field. Everything else they're kind of keeping short game, but still very effective in how they're running their offense.
Again, 2nd down, 2nd and 2. This will be the 5th play of the second drive for Cabot's not been a very fast first quarter. 3:46 to go here in the first quarter, no score.
Almost like a shovel pass, wasn't it, Keith?
Yes. Be 2nd down, 2nd and 2. G calls out signals. Now he had a man move on the line again. Here's a quick pass out to Turner's. Got it at the 30. He's going to get inside the 30. Will be close to a first down. Should be maybe, I'm not going to call it. I've seen several spots tonight, and I can't really tell where they're putting the ball, but it looks like.
I think it's going to be 3rd.
Should be 3rd, maybe about half a yard.
Yeah, and again, we kind of had the same package. The linebackers were caught looking in the middle. The back slides to the flat, and he's open, meaning your corners, who are 10, 15 yards down the field, have got to come up and make that play. They actually closed it pretty fast, so it wasn't a bad play by the Southside defense.
Again, 3rd down, 3rd and 1. G goes under center, will take the snap. They'll push him forward across the 25-yard line to maybe the 24-yard line for the first down.
A couple of yards there. Southside stood their ground, but it just wasn't enough, and they didn't have much to gain anyway.
Be 1st and 10th, the Southside 24-yard line. And Cabot really, if you watch them, it looks more like a Southside offense, especially what Southside ran last year. They run a lot of fullback, 3 receiver sets. So you're seeing a lot of the same things, but their fullback is really a receiver coming out of the backfield more so than I would say what Southside is.
Yeah, more of a hybrid look, I would think, the way they're playing him.
G takes a snap, looks to throw the ball. Here comes the heat. He's going to tuck it and run. He's going to be hit and dropped. That's Landon Chafee making the play at the 24-yard line for Southside. Brings up 2nd down, 2nd and 10.
I think Gee thought he was going to have one of those victory laps like he had earlier, but they closed down real quick, and nobody dropped back near as far as they did before. So I already know the coaches have made an adjustment there. We're gonna make sure he doesn't beat us just running up the middle.
Yeah, Jeremiah Van Hook also in the play for the Mavs will bring up 2nd down, 2nd and 10.
Gee was also slow getting up, Keith.
And they've got a home scoreboard. Well, they've got 2nd and 10. It was 2nd and 9 on the scoreboard, but says 10 on the sticks. Here's a keeper by G off the right side. He's going to be hit and dropped back in the backfield, making the play. Back there for Southside for about a 2-yard loss, making the play is Angel Hernandez. Hernandez had a big ball game last week against Conway.
I think they're stunning as well and kind of really testing that Cabot offensive line. So far, Cabot hasn't stood up and answered the bell.
Yeah, that was clearly a blown play. Credit to our defensive scheming there for putting Cabot in an unfamiliar position.
Again, 2nd down, 2nd and 12. Excuse me, 3rd and 12.
And the flag comes out again. Could be offsides on Southside.
Well, you made it from a tough play, 3rd and 12 to 3rd and 7 now.
Disagree with that call for us to give Cabot there. No one moved. on the offensive side as a result, but you can't expect to get calls on the road like this. Good test for our team.
Well, I kind of wonder, too, if maybe was he not lined up, maybe offsides?
I think he jumped in the neutral zone is what they call him.
G takes a snap. He throws the ball deep down the field. It's going to be incomplete over there in the corner of the end zone. Had a little bit of bumping going on there. The ball goes incomplete. Southside had Dakota Wareham over there in coverage.
Not bad coverage at all, Keith. In fact, that's what you want to see. We had good pressure on the quarterback. He couldn't just stand there and do what he wanted. Had good pressure down the field as well.
They'll bring up 4th down, and looks like they're going to go ahead and go for it here. That was Chase Rain on the coverage for Southside. Really had good coverage over there. Out on an island, gets back there and makes the play. As, again, a big play for the Southside defense. 4th down, 4th and 7 for the Panthers. G takes a snap. He looks to throw the ball. Here comes the heat. He steps up, throws the ball in the middle, complete. He's going to have a first down inside the 15, inside the 10, down to the 8-yard line.
Yeah, the linebacker got beat on that play. I believe it was Chafee. And that's one thing they're doing is they're just dragging them across that open middle.
Well, that was DeCaro Rudolph on the catch, and that was a mismatch. You had a fast guy coming across with the backer trying to keep up with him, and that's a good job. And that's what they want to do offensively is get those mismatches, and they found it that time.
And they found some holes in the middle of the field. 3 of their big plays so far has been down the middle of the field. You just saw tight end and the flex route, the basic cross, and good play for Cabot there.
Be first and goal for the Panthers, the 7-yard line of Southside. This will be the 9th play of the drive. They go with a I formation, and the quarterback takes a snap, and he trips back at his own 11-yard line.
I think he got it stepped on by maybe one of the linemen as they were coming backwards. But I think what he was planning on doing there was pitching the ball, but he just couldn't do it. He had to eat it.
Yeah, they came with an I formation, giving some different looks there. And it looks like they're going to go ahead and let the quarter run out. At the end of one quarter, we have no score. We'll be back with the start of the second quarter after this. This is Southside Maverick Football on Sprint 106.3.
Frank Rowe Furniture.
Made in the USA Furniture.
Frank Rowe Furniture.
Made in the USA Speed Queen Washer and Dryers.
Frank Rowe Furniture.
In-store no
Struggling with
credit check
Southside.
financing.
Frank Rowe Furniture.
0 down and 0 interest with approved credit.
Frank Rowe Furniture.
Family owned and
You want a
no
minute here?
high-pressure sales staff.
Frank Rowe
Yeah, 1
Furniture.
minute. 1
Find
minute,
us on
Clay.
Facebook and Instagram.
Can y'all hear Dalton?
Your Made in the USA headquarters.
Best seats in the house.
People say that Links at Chaffee Crossing is the best barbecue they've ever had and a great place to sit down and watch the game on TV. So come on in and discover Links at Chaffee Crossing for yourself. A relaxed atmosphere, great barbecue, delicious sides, mouth-watering burgers, plenty of TVs to watch the game, a game room with a pool table, and more. Good food and good times await you at Links at Chaffee Crossing off Custer Boulevard, Fort Smith.
Back to the stadium and more Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
Welcome back to Cabot Panthers Stadium as we start the second quarter. No score. It will be second goal for the Cabot Panthers as they'll have the ball just outside the Southside 10-yard line. A good first quarter for Southside, keeping them out of the end zone, but, it's going to be tough right now.
Is it just me, or did that quarter go by awfully fast?
It went very fast. And again, they'll go with a I formation. As G takes a snap, he looks to throw, wants to throw the ball. Here comes the heat. He's feeling the heat. There's Sean Rogers chasing him off to the corner, and he's going to be hit and going to be dropped at the 14-yard line. Good coverage by Southside. Making the play for the Southside defense is Leighton Johnson. And G loses his helmet, should have to check out of the ball game.
He will, and I think there may be more than he just lost his helmet. That was an incredible blow that was delivered. But, hey, he was the one standing straight up and down when it came.
It's been a big play for the Southside defense.
Excellent coverage, excellent pursuit. That may have been one of our better plays of the night.
Kyler Carmack will check it.
It's a great play in light of there were about 3 uncalled holding penalties.
Yeah, Dalton's on to that.
Yeah.
And that's a lineman talking, too. As they'll go with a stack formation, looking to throw the ball. Carmack throws it towards the end zone, going to be tipped away. What a great defensive play by Southside. I believe that was Gavin Grant over there making the play, or Levi Russell making the play for the Southside defense.
Yeah, and that's one of those plays there that it was close, but Southside was there to defend it. But, hey, give credit to the rush as well on the quarterback because they gave him a good pop right as he let it go.
And you don't see a kicker this size. This is a big young man. He's 226 pounds. Going to attempt a field goal is Jose Hernandez, listed as a defensive tackle kicker. This will be a 30-yard field goal for the Panthers. Ball is down. Kick is up. It's blocked.
That's a live ball.
Eli Lyles blocked the ball for Southside. What a great job by the Southside defense.
Oh, my. Maybe the play of the night right there, Keith, and we're just in the second quarter, but that is exciting football to watch, to see him come across, do everything you're supposed to. And, you know, one thing, sometimes people make a mistake. They try to go to the kicker to make the block. He didn't. He followed the ball, and therefore you don't have a penalty at the end of that play.
Exactly.
You guys were talking in the first quarter about how well special teams are playing. There's no better example than that right there.
Exactly. Special teams are special tonight. We've seen a good kickoff, good punt coverage, and now a block kick.
Let's see what the Southside O can do here.
Wehunt takes a snap. He looks to throw the ball. Here comes the heat. He's going to run up the middle. We'll get across the 25. We'll get to the 27-yard line, gain 5 on the play. Been an effective play, Phillip, just tuck and run.
Yeah, and that's something that Wehunt has added to his game, and look how much better quarterback, how much more comfortable he looks. You know, maybe in the first game he didn't look so comfortable back there, but he's getting that comfort level up, and that's what you want to see because with comfort comes confidence.
With the Greenwood, we really started noticing him tucking the ball away, and he's a better runner. We remember Tate Gatewood, what a great runner he was, but I'll tell you what, Wehunt doesn't get the credit. Here's a snap handed off to his running back. That's Washington at the 35, at the 40, at the 45 will be run out of bounds.
Penalty. Boy, you love to see Washington stay between those tackles. And here's the other thing, Keith. All Cabot had to offer on that was a bunch of arms outstretched. Washington will run through that every time.
And somebody lost something on the field back at the 28-yard line. Not sure what that is. But
I don't think it's a shoe, but it's something.
Be 1st and 10 for the Mavs, almost at midfield. What a nice run by Jay Washington. A good answer, too, after getting the defensive hold, stepping up here and making the plays.
Absolutely. Just take the ball right down the field.
Southside goes strong left with Wehunt along with Washington. Washington gets a handoff at the 45. He's at the 40, cuts it back outside at the 38, at the 35. Will be hit and dragged down at the 33-yard line.
Easy play. You could have drove a car through that hole created right there in that A-gap. And I'm telling you, Dalton, the A-gap is where it's at tonight.
A play like that gets an offensive lineman excited. That was a terrific hole. And the lead block there was actually the fullback coming backside there. Terrific hole in the A-gap. You could have taken a tractor through that.
Be 1st and 10 for Southside at the Cabot 34-yard line. 10 minutes to go exactly here in the second quarter, no score. Southside goes strong right with Bogner along with Washington. 2 receivers set wide side of the field as Wehunt looks at the sidelines to get the play. We'll call the play out. Waits on the snap. Here's a snap. Here's a keeper by Wehunt. It's a handoff to Washington. We'll get down to about the 31-yard line, gain of 3 on the play.
Yeah, and you're starting to see the Southside offensive line reestablish that line of scrimmage a couple of yards down. It may have only been a 3 or 4 yard play, but I promise you, Keith, it's going to pay off. They're feeling the heat there on the Cabot D-line.
Believe it or not, that was a good run. That was a very patient run by Washington. We've gotten 3 very good plays in a row here running the football. Don't be surprised to see it again.
I like that, too, the fact that they're trying to run the football. They're sticking to what their guns are. And here's a keeper by Wehunt off the left side. Is going to be dragged down. Looked like they might have grabbed something. Looked like there could have been a penalty on the play as Wehunt's on the ground. He's hit by the linebacker on the ground, but no flag.
Yeah, I don't know about this crew. We'll see how they go as the game progresses. But, you know, those are important penalties to keep someone from getting hurt.
Well, if you can call the offensive face mask, you could definitely call a late hit when a kid's on the ground. But
well,
I like the call, a misdirection. You work Washington, then you go misdirection with Wehunt. Now you've got a makeable 3rd down, 3rd and 6 for the Mavs. Here's a handoff to it's a handoff to Washington, going to be hit and dropped in the backfield and going to lose more yardage in the fact that he bounced off and then tried to go forward.
I don't think we're going to be kicking here, Keith. I think we're going to be going for this 4th down. Well, I'm wrong.
Well, I'm kind of wrong with you because I thought they might go for it here.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to try and pin them way back. We're going to bring on the punt team.
Coach Williams wants to play field position. Not a bad idea. Last week we had 2 punts inside the 5-yard line.
The defense is playing very well. You're just putting faith in a defense that has played great so far.
This Puckett will stand back at the Cabot 45-yard line. Here's a snap. Here's the kick. It's a high kick that's going to go in the end zone, and
nope.
It went in the end zone. I think it did. Yeah, it took a good hop back, but it went in the end zone. Well, they're going to mark it back there, guys. I didn't.
Yeah, it was. I don't know how you come up with that mark.
And what's funny is the PA announcer saying it went in the end zone. So hey, we'll take it.
That exactly worked the way Coach Williams wanted it to.
It was in the end zone.
I think our punter was trying to do his best 9-iron impression there, and you know what? With that result, who can argue?
He did it a bit deep, but it looked like to me that it actually
back up though.
Yeah, it was actually about a half a yard in the end zone where it hit, but it took a great hop for Southside.
I'm not there, Keith, so I'm going to let them call that. They're actually an excellent crew.
That's exactly. But it was funny because I could hear the PA guy saying it went in the end zone. He's trying to tell the guy it did. So
yeah, didn't work.
As G's back in at quarterback, takes a snap. He wants to throw the ball, looks down the field, will throw the ball deep down the field, has an open receiver who makes a great catch at about the 18-yard line. A little bit of a missed coverage over there for the Mavs as that was Rudolph on the catch. Kind of backed off of him, but it was a good throw and catch.
Yeah, and I'm watching the defensive line, the linebackers. Some of them are coming on a few stunts there, and they're going to keep Gee busy all night. And in that case, he was throwing from his own end zone. You would sure like to see a little more heat on him.
G calls out signals, 7:42 to go here in the first half, no score. There was a little bit of movement on the line, going to be a 5-yard penalty on Cabot.
Let's see what
should be a 5-yard penalty on Cabot.
Well, we don't know, do we? I think it's going to be. Yeah, it's a dead ball foul.
Yeah, dead ball. It looked like the right tackle moved to the line of scrimmage before the ball was snapped.
Well, that was going to be a run play, and, you know, Cabot's fooling us a little bit, Keith. We talked about how many times they've thrown the ball, 345 yards last game, and now they're trying to show us a run look. So, you know, good for the Cabot coaches as well, keeping us on our heels.
Well, they're getting some mismatches that they like. That's one thing that's going on. And here's a quick pass over the middle complete. He's at the 21, 22-yard line. Be a gain of 7 on the play. Brings up second down, 2nd and 8.
Yeah, they've got some very athletic receivers, some very big receivers, and, of course, your secondary players aren't quite that stature. So, as you said, it's creating some mismatches.
And they'll move it back. They'll actually mark him at the 19-yard line. What's funny about that, I'm looking at the guy holding the sticks over there. He's actually got it up at the 20. I think we've got a protest going on here by the Cabot Stadium crew. Again, second down, 2nd and 9 for Cabot. Here's a handoff to the running back. There's a hole off the left side. What a nice defensive play for Southside.
Excellent play, and just took his feet out from him, and he had no choice but to go down.
Yeah, I believe that was our safety. That was Angel Hernandez making the play. Another big play by Hernandez brings up 3rd down, 3rd and 6 for Cabot. 7:13 to go here in the second quarter, no score.
Hey, Keith, if our secondary can tackle that tight end from Conway last week, there's nobody on this field that size. They're going to be fine.
Again, big third down here for the Southside defense. The ball's on the 22-yard line for Cabot. Here's the snap to G. Looks to his right, throws the ball down the field. It's going to be overthrown. Had an open receiver streaking down the field. That was Garrett Hill, who had about a step on the defender, but the ball was released just a tad early and overthrown.
Yeah, and I really like the fact that they are punting to us, and we should have good field position for the very first time tonight.
Hernandez will stand back to his own 8-yard line. Back deep for Southside will be Connor Austin right at midfield.
Southside's going for the, at least the look right now, they're going for the block.
Here's the kick by Hernandez, a low-line drive kick, fair catch called by Austin at the Southside 48-yard line. Be great field position for the Mavs. What a good job by the defense guys, stepping up big here in the ball game early. Offense had a nice drive going. It kind of bogged down on them, but, you know, hopefully we can get going here and maybe take a lead in at halftime.
Hey, 0-0, Keith. I mean, it's like every play here is the first of the game. But you can't take anything away from Southside in the stand they've made so far.
And what's been interesting, this will be the 3rd series. We're almost halfway through the second quarter. This is only the 3rd time Southside's had the football. Hunt takes a snap, wants to throw the ball, throws the ball. It's going to be complete to his receiver. That's Jake Tyler, who I don't think he went down. He was flung over by Houston Wiley, but they'll call him down.
The referee actually gave him that extra yard.
At the 46-yard line. Jake Tyler has really stepped his game up.
Oh, my goodness. Last week to watch him compared to the first couple of games, which I know he'd been injured, So it's so nice to see him back in the lineup.
I like the play call, too. Let's get something going on first down. They're expecting us to run the football. We get a nice gain on first down. Again, Southside goes strong left with Bogner along with Washington. Here's the handoff to Washington up the middle. We'll hit the hole. We'll get to about the Cabot 44-yard line. Brings up third down, 3rd and 3.
That's the same. The big run earlier. Can't fault Southside for trying to go back to it once again.
Absolutely not. And, I mean, that's still the right play, and it's still getting yardage, and I wouldn't get away from that for 1 second. I don't know that the Cabot D-line can hold up to that all night.
Again, third down, 3rd and 3. Big play for Southside because we saw they punted the ball well on their 28-yard line. Obviously would be in the same situation here. Here's a handoff to Washington. No, a keeper by Weehunt's going to have the first down as he gets down to the Cabot 40-yard line. I love the call, guys. He's mixing it up well, working off Washington, pound him, and then run off of it.
You know, even though it's a run play, it's almost as effective as a play action because it's freezing those linebackers, and that's giving him a little more distance before they catch up to him.
Be 1st and 10 for the Mavs. The ball will be spotted at the Cabot 40-yard line. 5:20 to go here in the second quarter, no score. Guys, we've only been playing 35 minutes. We're almost at halftime.
Yeah, we may be home by 10 o'clock, Keith.
Yeah, right. Fire the plane up. 1st and 10 for Southside. Weehunt calls out signals. Takes a snap. Here's a keeper by Weehunt. Is going to get a good run by Weehunt. He gets 3 yards. It was a high snap. Really kind of took the play out of its rhythm, but he gets the snap and then kind of slithers forward to get positive yardage.
Same basic play except to the opposite side of the field. And I know Coach Williams, and if a play's working, he's not going to go away from it. He's going to make them stop it.
And then he'll also play off of that play too.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised to see the fake run and then a pass somewhere, a quick one to a tight end dragging across the field.
So I know the Southside coaching staff wants to attack this defensive backfield. Here's a handoff off the right side to Washington, going to be hit and dropped after maybe he's going to lose about a yard on the play, brings it back to the 39-yard line. We'll bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 9 for the Mavs. Actually, spotting back at the 38-yard line.
The outside is not where we're at, Keith. Cabot does have some speed on the outside. We need to stay between those tackles.
Again.
And I think the coaching point there is just because you're running a play outside doesn't mean you have to get to the sideline. There were some holes.
Again, it'll be 3rd down, 3rd and 8 for the Mavs. Here's a snap to Weehunt. Wants to throw the ball. Steps up in the pocket. Has all day to throw. The ball is tipped and going to be intercepted. He's at the 40-yard line. Will be tackled at the 47-yard line. That is Jaden Riles on the interception for Cabot. Cabot will have great field position at their own 47-yard line.
Hey, great play by Weehunt to step up. The hands went up. The hands caught it. There wasn't much he could do past that.
Well, it comes back to the mistakes that Coach talked about that you can't make. This team can't afford to have turnovers. They can't afford the silly penalties. And we've seen some of it tonight. You know, they played a relatively pretty good first half, but, you know, now they need the defense to step up again. G calls out signals, takes a snap. He wants to throw, looks down the field, wants to throw deep. It's not there. He's going to tuck and run. He's going to be hit. That's Caleb Sanders, gets him at midfield for a gain of 4 on the play, gain of 3 on the play, brings up 2nd down, 2nd and 7 for the Panthers.
I think the reason we're seeing tonight that number 8 is our leading rusher is just by the fact of how much they stretch the field. And that pass that he was looking to complete, Keith, was probably 30 yards down the field, and it wasn't there.
He was wanting to go to the right side because he pump faked, and you're right, he wanted to throw the ball down there, but Southside's corner's doing a good job in coverage. Again, here's a handoff. Now it's going to be a quick pass over the middle. It's going to be incomplete and dropped. Making the play defensively for Southside is Dakota Wareheim.
That was a mirror image of the play they were successful with earlier, and whether they get 20 or 30 yards, but Southside was there. Safety stayed home, and he was ready to deliver the hit.
That was Seth Prunty, the intended receiver, the big tight end. Will bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 6 for the Panthers. Philip, it's been when they've had good plays positive for the Panthers, it's been those mismatches.
Yeah, they got to find those to be successful.
Again, 3rd down, 3rd and 6. 2 receivers split wide side of the field. Here comes the heat as G steps up, throws the ball down the field. Going to be incomplete.
We're going to have a flag.
I'm going to say this about that. Dakota Wareheim had his back to the play. If that's a penalty, I don't know how it is.
Well, that's just like if you run into the referee. I mean, the referee's a part of the field. There was no effort on his part to impede the impede the receiver.
Yeah, you got to turn and bump, and there was none there. That's not a very good call.
No. I think about every referee has got his flag out of his pocket now, so maybe they got that worked out of their system.
In the air, Cabot is going almost exclusively to the middle of the field, and that was a classic post route.
It'll be first down, 1st and 10 for the Mavs at the Southside 34-yard line. Excuse me, for the Panthers at the Southside 34-yard line. Exactly 3 minutes to go here before the half. No score.
It looks like they're having some personnel issues, Keith, on getting the play in. About 10 seconds left on the play clock.
G will bring his team up the line of scrimmage, has Turner in the backfield. Here's a snap. We'll hand the ball off to Turner off the left side. He's going to get about 5, maybe 6 yards, where Southside will bring him down. They'll spot it right at the 30-yard line.
That was kind of an Auburn look there with the run-pass option, and he felt like the defensive tackle had come forward enough that he could make it go through there, and that's exactly what happened.
He's second down, 2nd and 5 for Cabot. This will be the 5th play of the drive following the Parker Weehunt interception.
For them not to huddle, Keith, they sure are slow, aren't they?
Well, it's a learning process. That's all I can say. It's a learning process. They're still trying to get this figured out, and at some point they probably will. They'll go with 2 receivers. Interesting formation, 2 receivers in the backfield, and they moved again off the line of scrimmage. And here is a pass by G. But here comes the pressure. He's going to be hit.
Ball's on the ground.
Southside jumps on it. Southside has it. Looked like he was trying to throw the ball away.
From the officials, but that has to be a fumble. I don't know what the discussion is.
I may be biased, but that clearly looked like a fumble from over here.
I don't know. There it is.
Yeah, it is.
I couldn't. Keith, it escaped me why there wasn't a signal. He was clearly up and standing when the ball came out.
Hey, guys, how about our defense? We recover a fumble, stop another drive. We block a field goal attempt earlier in the ball game when they had 1st and goal at the 7-yard line. This defense came to play tonight.
Absolutely, and our offense hasn't played back badly, Keith. I mean, we have moved the ball, but you got to get it past that goal line.
Exactly.
I'm very proud of the team, and I think I see that improvement even from last week.
The 1st and 10 for the Mavs. They'll spot the ball at the Southside 31-yard line. Here's a snap to Weehunt. Wants to throw the ball. It's a screen pass. Set up great. There's Washington. He's at the 40-yard line. We'll have a Southside first down, and you need your patience right there. I think if Washington lets his blocks develop, that's a lot bigger gain.
Yeah, and I think Washington was a little close to them, Keith, was the difference on that. But, the screen game, that just makes your running game now a threat on the outside. And wouldn't it be nice to see that continue tonight? That's about 10 yards every time they do that.
And they're going to measure to see if it's a first down. Looks like we may have a timeout. Let's go ahead and take a timeout, too. It's a Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
Art's Barbecue and Burgers has the best.
Clay, we still not hear him?
And every Saturday, enjoy any
No.
burger at Art's and get
Yeah, we tried to change it to different things. I don't know.
bacon cheeseburger topped with house smoked bacon.
So y'all can't hear me.
Is his mic on?
Yes. Yeah, it's on. Hey, Dalton, why don't you come up here?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
You want 30 seconds or a minute?
A minute.
Every Saturday at Art's Barbecue and Burgers.
All right.
8203
Maybe
Rogers
too much
Avenue,
glass.
next to Aaron's in Fort Smith.
Life would be so much easier if you could afford a reliable car. If you could get approved for financing and move past your credit history. With Byrider, it can be easier. Choose from our inventory of quality cars, all with great warranties or optional service plans. Plus, we'll work with your credit challenges to try and get you approved for financing. So you can stop saying if and start moving forward. Byrider. Buy, finance, drive on. Begin your online application today at byrider.com.
And now more exciting Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
As we get back to action, a incomplete pass from Parker Weehunt to Connor Austin. Looks like Southside may be called for a hold, which is a big play in the fact it was 2nd and 1.
2nd and 1, and they had that pass play, and that's the right call on 2nd and 1 because if you don't get it, you come back to 3rd and 1. But, again, those mental errors are getting to us.
And that was a quick pass play, so the hold had to happen extremely quick. And
it happened so fast I didn't see it.
You can't do it. You can't do that. And Southside really, with the turnover and their mistakes, have really bogged this offense down. Again, it'll be 2nd down, 2nd and 15 for the Mavs. Here's a snap to Weehunt. Here comes the heat. He's going to feel the heat. He gets away from it, is going to try to run. He's going to be hit and dropped at the 24-yard line.
Yeah, that kind of broke down quickly. I think we've got another flag, the way the referee is acting there, or perhaps another timeout.
Could be a timeout, Cabot. Let's go ahead and take a timeout, too. This is Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
Hal's Beef Jerky is the place. You
Probably watch the big. Probably
For 25 years, Hal's Homemade Beef Jerky has been offering their mouth-watering beef jerky with a
1
variety
minute.
of spices and flavors. Spend $20 at the store in Shady Point and get a free $5 bag. Hal's Homemade Beef Jerky is also available online at halshomemadebeefjerky.com or just call Hal at 918-635-5759.
Hal's Beef Jerky is the place. You gotta go.
Hal's Homemade Beef Jerky in Shady Point, Oklahoma.
Hello, radio listener. Are you enjoying the football game tonight? How would you like to be sitting in the warm, relaxing, and highly beneficial swirling waters of your own hot spring spa? A spa can be both relaxing and fun, and a great end to an exhilarating football game. So hurry into Burton Pools and Spas at 6121 South Zero to check out the great deals on pools and spas. Burton Pools and Spas. Let them show you how to get your feet wet without getting in over your head.
Back to the Mavericks game now on Spirit 106.3.
Here's a keeper by Weehunt over the middle. We'll get to about the 30-yard line.
Roughly the original line of scrimmage, and this should bring up fourth down. So we're going to be kicking, which is exactly why Cabot called that timeout just prior to this play.
And Cabot's going to take a timeout. With that timeout, we'll take one, too. This is Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
Frank Rowe Furniture.
I'll just do 30.
Made in the USA Furniture.
Frank Rowe
Yes, sir.
Furniture.
Made in the USA Speed Queen Washer and Dryers.
Frank Rowe Furniture.
In-store, no credit check financing.
Frank Rowe Furniture.
0 down and 0 interest with approved credit.
Frank Rowe Furniture.
Family owned and no high-pressure sales staff.
Frank Rowe Furniture.
Find us on Facebook and Instagram, 405 Fort Street, Barling, Arkansas. Your Made in the USA headquarters.
Best seats in the house.
Back to the stadium and more Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
Southside will punt the ball away, standing back at his own 17-yard line will be Adam Puckett. Back deep will be DeCaro Rudolph, stands at his own 35-yard line. Again, Phillip, they had a possibility of a decent drive, but they get a holding penalty, bogs down another Southside drive.
Yeah, we've got to get past those mental errors. Expect a halftime adjustment on that.
Here's a snap. It's a high snap to Puckett. He gets the punt off. And going to be a fair catch called by Rudolph at the 40-yard line. That was a good job by Puckett to get the punt off and get a nice punt, too.
He didn't panic, and, when you panic, you get paralyzed, and he knew I'm there to kick the ball, and he just followed through. But, Keith, that was awful close.
He learned from the Greenwood game.
Yeah. Our punter, sadly, has had a lot of experience this season. You'd love to have a punter you only use maybe once or twice a game, but unfortunately he's had more than that.
The young man's done a good job. It'll be 1st and 10 for Cabot. They'll start this drive there on the 39-yard line. Tyler G., your quarterback, takes a snap. Here comes the heat. He looks to throw the ball, throws the ball. It's going to be complete, and he gets away from a defender of Southside. That will be pulled down at the 48-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 on the play. Brings up second down, 2nd and 2.
May have been a gain at 8, but as far as G was back there, that's about a 40-yard play by the time it was complete.
And it was Landon Chafee making the play. And I really couldn't understand the play. It looked like, it wasn't going to be a screen pass. He was trying to get rid of the ball, but it actually was a screen pass. And now they're going to give him a first down. Looks like it may be a bit short, but they'll give him a first down at the 49-yard line.
It was a very strange screen play. How about that?
G will have one back in the backfield. That's Graham Turner. Here's a snap. Turner gets a handoff. He's got a wide hole up the middle across his midfield. Will get down across the south side 40 down to the 39-yard line.
Again, the spread's going to take you that way. You have to spread the field with them, and it leaves a lot of voids and a lot of empty holes, and that's where they're going to. It'll
be 1st and 10th, the south side 39-yard line. We've got 104 here in the first half, no score. G takes a snap, looks to throw the ball. Here comes the heat. Sean Rogers trying to get him. He gets away. Still has time to throw the ball. Steps up, throws it deep down the field. Going to be a wide open receiver. Touchdown.
One of those plays, Keith, where you get concentrated on that running quarterback and you forget there are people behind you. They tried to catch up, but it just wasn't there, and you hate to see that at this point as well as this defense has played.
That's Braden J on the touchdown. But give credit to G. He stepped up.
He kept the play alive.
And that's frustrating because Southside had it working there, and the penalties and turnovers, guys. Hernandez will check in for the extra point.
We had a block the last time we were in this situation.
Ball is down, snap is up. It's blocked again. Eli Lyles again. I think we're on to something, guys.
I think we found our guy.
You name a guy player of the week, and that's what happens.
Yeah, it just goes to their head, doesn't it? It's the T-shirt. He's probably got it on now.
Exactly.
We don't need Justin Bieber. We need the Player of the Week T-shirt.
That's right. Again, we'll go ahead and keep it here. 52 seconds to go here before the half. Southside trails 6-zip. That was a 4-play.
That may be big,
61-yard drive.
When you don't make your conversions, I know you think, well, they're just 1 point. What's the big deal? Say Southside comes right back and in the second half and scores, you make that conversion, you're leading the game.
Well, what made that play work was the fact that G escaped the rush, and then he was able to set himself up over here.
Yeah, and reestablish his feet. And that was not just an offhanded throw of luck. I mean, he actually put it where he wanted it to be.
Now, Southside, you still got to feel pretty good. You're only down 6-zip. It was a good job of using their timeouts by Cabot to get the field position.
A run back here, and we're right back in the ball game.
As Washington back deep for Southside along with Connor Austin. The ball will come to Austin. He's at the 15, at the 20. He's at the 25. He cuts it out to about the 30-yard line.
I think he could have got a lot more, but he got caught up on his shoestrings, and that was a great play by the Cabot return team. Correction, the Cabot kickoff team.
The old turf monster might have got him there.
Yeah, I think a hand grabbed him by the shoe.
Now, if you're Southside, I'm kind of thinking maybe you probably run a couple of plays. If you get good positive yardage, maybe you go to the 2-minute offense. Otherwise, I think they just probably run the clock out here.
Yeah, not
down
much left. 47 seconds isn't a whole lot of time, but stranger things have happened, Keith.
Weehunt brings his team to the line of scrimmage. Cabot goes with a 4-down lineman. Here's a keeper by Weehunt off the right side. Gets across the 35, and there's a block in the back for Southside that's not called, so we got away with one there.
Yeah, they're a good crew once again. The problem that you have there is that play's probably not going to survive much longer before Cabot gets a hold of it. We ran it probably 4 or 5 times already. It's just a misdirection. Fake to Washington, and then Parker Weehunt takes off.
The other problem you have, too, is the fact that Southside could go to a 2-minute offense, but the range of their kicker is not very good right now, so you're not really setting up for a field goal. You'd be going for a touchdown.
Yeah.
Southside's going to let the clock run. We're down to 21 seconds here before the half. Weehunt takes a snap. He hands the ball off to Washington. Gets up to the 45-yard line. Actually, the 44-yard line be a gain of 4 on the play. Brings up second down, 2nd and 6 for the Mavs. Looks like Southside slow to line up. They're going to let the clock go ahead and run out. So
yeah, we're playing to our strength, keeping it between the tackles, but that doesn't help you much when there's not much time on the clock.
And we're at the half. Southside trails 6-zip. Be back with halftime highlights and a lot to talk about after this. It's Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
Jewelry is something special given to someone
How about
special.
2 minutes,
And at Chester's
Clay?
Fine Jewelry, we understand that you want the very best
2
for
minutes
your money.
or
2 minutes.
3?
We only use the
Well, you can go ahead and do 3.
diamonds and gemstones versus selling promotional quality
Alrighty.
items. Chester's Fine Jewelry
I'll
wants to
count the
be your
commercials
personal
and
jeweler. If you
see
can
how
do
many
it,
we have
we
left.
can make it. From custom jewelry to repairs and watches, all services are done in our store. Chester's accepts all credit cards and offers 12-month same as cash financing. Chester's Fine Jewelry, where our customers become our friends.
That's the secret phone. The what? Remember? I told you my dad's a shelter agent. When that phone rings, he rushes out to save the day. Whether someone's home or car gets damaged, my dad is always there to help. He has the coolest job ever.
Well, my dad's an astronaut.
That's cool too, I guess.
Find your insurance superhero at shelterinsurance.com.
For details, see Chris Dooley in Fort Smith.
Joe's Grill is the only place to watch the Hogs. Watch every game at Joe's. Enjoy half-price apps during the game. And with TVs all around the restaurant, you'll have a front row seat. Half-price appetizers like brisket nachos, Mexican pizza, 10-layer dip, or Joe's humongous sampler platter. All half-price. Watch every Hog game at Joe's. Half-price apps during every Hog game at Joe's. 3400 South 74th Street across from Harps.
Wheeler Power Sports is proud to be a part of Southside Maverick football. Just like the professional educators at Southside High School, Wheeler Power Sports has served Fort Smith since the 1960s. They are Fort Smith's only factory authorized dealer for Kawasaki, Suzuki, Polaris, and now the Mahindra Roxor brand. That's sport quality, exciting, reputable brands all under one roof. Visit them online at WheelerPowersports.com, on Facebook, or at 901 North 11th Street in historic downtown. Wheeler Power Sports. Get out and ride.
Frank Rowe Furniture.
Made in the USA Furniture.
Frank Rowe Furniture.
Made in the USA Speed Queen Washer and Dryers.
Frank Rowe
act like this is
Furniture.
just some
In-store, no credit
walkthrough.
check financing.
Frank Rowe Furniture.
Zero down
Go
and
round,
zero
you know.
interest with approved credit.
Frank Rowe Furniture.
Family owned and no high pressure sales staff.
Frank Rowe Furniture.
Find us on Facebook and Instagram, 405 Fort Street, Barling, Arkansas. Your Made in the USA headquarters.
Best seats in the house.
Got that rattle, squeak,
Last
and roll,
commercial.
or that
Okay,
noise
thank you.
can't control? With affordable pricing on repairs
Yes, sir.
and replacements, the Car Clinic can get you noise-free and on the road again. Wheels, tires, and brake replacements starting at $199 for most vehicles. Needing a fresh look? Let the Car Clinic do your upgrades and accessories. Window tint, the best prices on Scorpion bedliners, car audio and electronics. The Car Clinic will get your car looking fine and sounding fine again. At the corner of Roberts and Chad Colley. The Car Clinic, ready to serve you. 551-2420.
Stand by for the second half of today. This is the Southside Mavericks halftime report on Spirit 106.3. Brought to you by Frank Rowe Furniture, the best seat in the house.
Welcome back. This is Philip Peavy-House. I'm going to be joined by Dalton Person here as we go through halftime with you. Remember, Chafee Construction, one call does it all, 434-5203. Well, Dalton, we saw tonight still improvement from Southside, maybe compared to the first several games, but those mental errors really came back to haunt us here in this first half.
You know, Philip, this is a good team Southside's playing, and credit to the defense and the special teams because it hasn't looked like a great team here in the first half. Southside's defense and special teams have played very well, and there have been times on offense where this squad has looked just fine as well. So what we're seeing, I think, is we've got a squad that, on the whole, has had a pretty decent night. And you're right, they've improved every single game. But to talk like a coach for a second, you've got to limit the big plays. You got to have 11 guys playing together on defense, and it's important on offense not to make mental mistakes. Those small things can make a big difference. The good news is you're only down 6 points at the half.
Yeah, and Dalton, you take a team like a Greenwood. Cabot looks very similar to what they're trying to do. Greenwood may be a little more oiled machine because Cabot just introduced that this year. But still, when you're spreading that field, it's a lot of one-on-one matchups, and how important is it that we make those tackles and make them stick? They didn't done a bad job with that tonight, but you gave up 6 points, and that's what the score says. The extra point has not been a significant factor at all, as we've been able to block a field goal, and that, as you mentioned earlier, special teams have played such an integral role in where we're at here tonight.
Special teams have played an amazing role tonight. This has been a very good first half effort. This quarterback at Cabot has made some mistakes in the first half, some dumb mistakes, honestly, but credit to the Southside defense in large part for that. He is a very, very talented football player who has not had a great night thus far, and you've got to look at our defense as a large reason why. And I guarantee you the Cabot coaches in their locker room right now are talking repeatedly about form tackle and limiting these arm tackles because our running game has played very well the first half, and a lot of broken tackles by Jay Washington in the first half. He's played well.
Yeah, and it's hard to see that running game being that productive thing that it should be because we've had those untimely penalties to take us out of that. I still say, Dalton, and I think you agree with me, that our game is in that A-gap, around that guard, around that center, on either side of the ball, and they're able to use that effectively on the fakes in which the quarterback keeps it.
It's something that we haven't seen, or at least I haven't seen until tonight, is the ability to run the football between the tackles against a competent defense. And in the first half, we really saw some instances of that. I know the scoreboard is 6-0, but there is a very real improvement every game for this Southside team and it's very positive to see because this is a good Cabot football squad that we have so far held to 6 points.
I don't know if we've mentioned it yet tonight or not, but they are 3-1.
That's
I know
right.
they dropped their first conference game. Opposed to that, we're 1-3. We
Mhm.
hope to leave here 2-3, but in order to do so, I think we have to see a much cleaner second half.
Yeah, Southside does need a much cleaner second half, but credit due for disrupting Cabot to where they aren't playing very clean either. And when you're instituting a brand new offense, no better way to muck things up than to keep them from getting where they want to be, where they need to be. And you see the results there. Other than one big play there towards the end of the half, very valiant effort thus far on the defensive side of the football.
Well, the Cabot Band is about to entertain the crowd here, which is, I would say, just about a capacity crowd on the Cabot side of the field. Pleasant evening, beautiful temperature, and we're going to be right back after this commercial break. But remember, Wheeler Power Sports, Wheeler makes it easy. 226-8724, give them a call.
Your home for Southside Mavericks football. KZKZ, Greenwood, Fort Smith. Family-friendly radio. Spirit 106.3.
Wanting a fresh field
Hey, Clay,
look
3
or
minutes.
decor for your home or space? Wasted Repurpose Marketplace
3
has
minutes?
your
Yes, sir.
specific look to fit
I'm
your
sorry,
budget and your personality. Handpicked,
Oh, yeah.
vintage, antique, farmhouse, and so much more decor will have your visions becoming reality. Wasted also has it all for your fall, home, and holiday decorating.
difference
Voted
over there
a
is we
Best of
didn't
the
bring
Best
the band.
finalist for 3 years in a row. Shop at Wasted, 1520 Towson Avenue, or find them on Facebook. Wasted Repurpose Marketplace, 1520 Towson Avenue.
Chafee Construction wants to exceed your expectations as your local fully licensed contractor, specializing in no job that is too small or too large. Chafee Construction does roofing, siding, gutters, concrete, HVAC, plumbing, electric, flooring, painting, windows, and more. Whatever your needs, remember Chafee Construction can do it all. Locally owned, state licensed, and insured for your protection. Chafee Construction, 434-5203.
Proud sponsor of Southside Football. Go Landon.
Life would be so much easier if you could afford a reliable car. If you could get approved for financing and move past your credit history. With Byrider, it can be easier. Choose from our inventory of quality cars, all with great warranties or optional service plans. Plus, we'll work with your credit challenges to try and get you approved for financing. So you can stop saying if and start moving forward. Byrider. Buy, finance, drive on. Begin your online application today at byrider.com.
Time to remodel your kitchen or bathroom? Dreaming of granite, marble, quartz, or soapstone and want quality workmanship, quick delivery, and competitive prices? Call Galetta Countertops today to schedule your professional consultation. Owner Jim Galetta will walk with you through your repair and remodel and guarantee to help you create the home of your dreams. Fully licensed, A-plus rating. Visit their website at GalettaCountertops.com to browse the design gallery and call 648-0884 to schedule your appointment.
Cherry Berry self-serve frozen yogurt offers 50 rotating healthy flavors and 100 toppings. Simply grab a cup and start swirling. Add toppings ranging from granola, cereals, and fresh fruits to all kinds of candies, sprinkles, and even a variety of nuts and syrups. After the creation is complete, weigh and pay by the ounce.
And do the Cherry Berry, do the Cherry Berry, do the Cherry
At Cherry Berry, the possibilities are endless as you have complete control.
Jerry Berry in the Fort Smith Pavilion.
That's how you do it.
Jewelry is something special given to someone special, and at Cheshire's Fine Jewelry,
Last
we
commercial.
understand that you want
Thank
the
you.
very best for your money. We only use
Yes,
the
sir.
finest quality diamonds and gemstones versus selling promotional quality items. Cheshire's Fine Jewelry wants to be your personal jeweler. If you can dream it, we can make it. From custom jewelry to repairs and watches, all services are done in our store. Cheshire's accepts all credit cards and offers 12 months same-as-cash financing. Cheshire's Fine Jewelry, where our customers become our friends.
Welcome back to Cabot, where we are witnessing tonight the Southside matchup with the Cabot Panthers. Remember, Frank Rowe Furniture, 405 Fort Street in Barling. They claim the best seats in the house. I've been down there before. I'd say that's probably true. No credit check financing, made in the USA. They got your recliners, sofas, beds, tables, chairs, appliances, washers, dryers, stoves, refrigerators. 479-478-7006 or www.frankrowfurniture.com. Well, Dalton, it's time for us to begin to talk about the second half And what does it take for Southside to drive home with a win?
Well, simple answer is to score some points.
I knew that was coming.
But in addition to that, you need to continue to have a solid defensive effort, and would love to see the special teams continue to play a part of the game. You know, I've seen several Southside games in the past where they only scored were by special teams, and that's all it's taken. They need to continue to be able to run the football, maybe even a little more consistently. Would love to see a few deep balls if possible. Defense has to keep on keeping on. Just limit those big plays. Across the board, though, you've got to limit the mental errors. Of course, that can apply to just about any game, but those costly big plays and limiting the big mental errors are oftentimes the difference between winning and losing in close contests.
Absolutely, and I'm afraid this one's going to be close. Unless something just drastically changes, I don't see that Cabot's going to come out and just run away with this ball game. I think Southside's defense is prepared for that. So I think we're going to see a few tweaks, maybe from Coach Williams, maybe some things that were saw by the coaches upstairs in the booth, and maybe try a few things. We've already seen some plays tonight that we haven't been seeing, but our bread and butter is still that between the tackles. I say you don't give up on that. You continue with your game plan. Your game plan, believing it'll work. And you take away our penalties tonight and our mental errors, we might already have 14 points on the board.
We very well might. Of course, you got to expect that when you're on the road, you know, and these guys do. You aren't going to catch a lot of breaks. But I've got to tell you, Philip, probably the thing I've been most excited about in the first half is watching our defensive scheming against this new offense. Credit to Cabot's coaching staff. They're giving a lot of varied looks. They're running a really nice offense, but our defensive scheming is playing quite well. We have got some really strong players on the defensive side of the ball. They're fun to watch, and I think there's no doubt that we'll see something up their sleeve here in the second half. And I would expect the same from our guys as well.
Yeah, and I think Cabot really is predicating some mismatches. And, you know, you're getting a linebacker on a pretty speedy wide receiver on a short drag across the field. Yeah. That's a mismatch you're probably going to lose most times. We lost it at least a couple of times out there. Yep. And so I think we're going to come up with some maybe disguise scheming as well from Southside here tonight.
Yeah, one area in particular I think you're going to see a difference is over the middle of the field when Cabot puts the ball in the air. They have really attacked the middle of the field through the air, and I expect you'll see a difference from our defensive backfield here in the second half.
Well, if memory serves me correct, the only real pass play they've had to the outside was maybe a 20-yard play, but that was it. The rest of it, they're wanting to go to the middle of the field as well.
And that guy was wide open, that 20-yard play, and he still had to make a terrific catch. I don't think he was the first look for the quarterback there is what that tells me. They're going to continue to look there, and so we'll adjust accordingly.
All right, well, we're going to be back getting ready for the second half of play. This is going to be Spirit 106.3 coverage of Southside Maverick football. We'll be right back.
Football season is here at Crabtree RV in Alma. We make tailgating with your favorite team very affordable, with discounts up to $15,000 off new fifth wheels and $10,000 off new travel trailers. Check out deals like the new Catalina with patio for as low as $249 a month. Browse the area's largest indoor showroom and explore the new 2020 styles from Grand Design and Coachman Freedom Express. That's only at Crabtree RV in Alma, where your family's dreams come true.
Calico County is serving great American food in an atmosphere full of American memories. Their hearty portions are served with your choice of over 20 side items. They also have half-pound burgers plus a great selection of soups, sandwiches, and fresh salads as well. And their homemade cinnamon rolls will melt in your mouth. Calico County is cooking breakfast every day until 11 a.m. Visit their website, calicocounty.net, for breakfast, lunch, dinner, or your catering needs. Roll on in to Calico County, just off Rogers Avenue behind Randall Ford.
Wheeler Power Sports is proud to be a part of Southside Maverick football. Just like the professional educators at Southside High School, Wheeler Power Sports has served Fort Smith since the 1960s. They are Fort Smith's only factory authorized dealer for Kawasaki, Suzuki, Polaris, and now the Mahindra Roxor brand. That's four quality, exciting, reputable brands all under one roof. Visit them online at WheelerPowersports.com, on Facebook, or at 901 North 11th Street in historic downtown. Wheeler Power Sports. Get out and ride.
In Shady Point, Oklahoma, on Highway 59, just across
3.5.
the border of the Arkansas line. There's a little cabin on the side of the road that serves
Are y'all going to do another segment, or
Yeah.
going back to the game?
Well, the band's still on the field, Clay, and we've got 4 minutes before the teams will come back out. So we've probably got 8 to 10 minutes left before play starts.
Okay.
Jerky is the place you gotta go.
House Homemade Beef Jerky in Shady Point, Oklahoma.
Hello, radio listeners. Are you enjoying the football game tonight? How would you like to be sitting in the warm, relaxing, and highly beneficial swirling waters of your own hot spring spa? A spa can be both relaxing and fun, and a great end to an exhilarating football game. So hurry into Burton Pools and Spas at 6121 South Zero to check out the great deals on pools and spas. Burton Pools and Spas. Let them show you how to get your feet wet without getting in over your head.
Warning, the prices are falling at Crane Hyundai Fort Smith during the year-end sales event. Get 0% financing for 72 months on select new 2020 Santa Fe's
All right,
and
thank you.
Elantras. Plus, get a new 2019
Yes,
Sonata
sir.
for as low as $16,999. New 2019 Tucson start at only $19,455. Get America's best warranty, 10 years or 100,000 miles. Shop Crane Hyundai at Fort Smith, 3600 Zero Street, and CraneHyundaiFTSmith.com with approved credit. See dealer for details.
Welcome back. We are still waiting for the second half to start. The Cabot Band actually is on the field right now, and they have set up some sort of, I'm not sure what it is. I see toadstools, daisies, some sort of French cafe. There's a lot happening out there, Dalton.
There is, and I'm not much of a flower guy, so your guess is better than mine.
Seems something just wrong at a football game that we've got daisies out on the field, doesn't it?
I'm with you there.
Well, we're looking forward to see the adjustments that Coach Williams and his staff are making right now. Neither team has returned to the field yet, but we're looking forward to what we're going to see. And I'm with Dalton here. We were talking at the break. I think this is going to be a ball game that comes down to the wire. Right now it's a 6-point lead for Cabot. I'm sure Cabot is thinking, what are we doing wrong with that higher energy offense? They want to score a lot. I still say that probably one of their weaknesses is their defensive line.
It really is, and one of the strengths you're starting to see flourish is the Southside offensive line has really come together. Of course, there were a few breakdowns in the pass protection early on in the game, but giving the quarterback a little more time and establishing those interior holes is very important here in the second half. You guys were talking about it before the game, though. Our defense is the strength of this team, and yet we've given up so many points each week. Ultimately, that's going to come together. And we saw it there in the first half. We'll see if we can get a complete game effort, though, of that once again. One half is obviously only part of the ball game. They're going to have to come out here in the second half and do the exact same thing and get a little bit of help from the other side of the football. But if they can do that, then we're going to have quite the ball game, as you just stated.
Yeah, and Dalton, one of the things last week that we were bad about doing was giving up the big plays. We're not doing that this week, so we've taken that out. Mm-hmm. So we've got first quarter, second quarter of decent defensive play, and one of the things we talked about is we got to see it for all 4 quarters in order to be a winning ball team. Offensively, we haven't played bad. We've got to limit those penalties, and I think once we get those penalties under control, those mental mistakes, we're going to be a force to reckon with.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. That's well stated there, Philip. Offensively, still some work to do, but you limit those mental mistakes, you're probably still going to get some penalties, honestly, here on the road. But if you really limit those, then we're in prime position to have a good half here. We'll see if it can all come together.
All right, well, we're going to be back with you with the start of the second half when we come back from this commercial break. This is Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
Stand by for the second half of today's game. The Mavericks halftime report on Spirit 106.3 was presented by Frank.
How many commercials?
Let's do 3 minutes.
Frank Rowe Furniture.
Made in the USA
All right.
Furniture.
Frank Rowe Furniture.
Made in the USA Speed Queen Washer and Dryers.
Frank Rowe Furniture.
In-store no credit check financing.
Frank Rowe Furniture.
0 down and 0 interest with approved credit.
Frank Rowe Furniture.
Family owned and no high pressure sales staff.
Frank Rowe Furniture.
Find us on Facebook and Instagram. 405 4th Street, Barling, Arkansas. Your Made in the USA headquarters.
Best seats in the house.
Being the family
Hey, Clay.
superhero is a tireless job, constantly defending against monsters in the closet.
Yes.
And grass
We're gonna
so
test
tall it swallows
Dalton.
Small children.
Tell us if
Who's
you can
there
hear
for
him.
them if you're not?
your
All right.
local shelter insurance agent. With an insurance superhero site,
Test,
you
test.
can find a life insurance
Test,
plan
test.
that helps
1,
provide
2,
a
3,
safety net
test,
for your
test.
family.
Do you hear him?
At shelterinsurance.com. We're
No,
your shield.
sir.
We're
You
your
do
shelter.
not hear him.
Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri. For free insurance
Test, test, test.
How about now?
Still nothing.
Dreaming of granite,
Still nothing.
marble, quartz, or soapstone, and want quality workmanship,
about now?
quick delivery, and competitive
Talking
prices?
now.
Call
Nothing.
Galetta Countertops today to schedule your professional
I don't know what's
consultation.
going on there.
Owner Jim Galetta will walk with you through your repair and remodel and guarantee to help you create the home of your dreams. Fully licensed, A+ rating. Visit their website at GalettaCountertops.com to browse the design
he'll do it
gallery
now.
and call
Coach Williams looking for the
648-0884
halftime.
to
How about
schedule
now?
your appointment.
It's not going to stop.
Nothing?
It's not going to stop until you
Nothing.
get something done. Yeah, I know the game is on, but the faucet is still dripping, the toilet keeps running, and the drains won't drain, and on and on. You need to call West Ark Plumbing and let them do the dirty work while you enjoy the game. Call them at 646-5151 and watch the ball game without
Still probably a
the
few minutes away from starting back up here in the
West
second
Ark
half.
Plumbing, 646-5151.
Feel a lot of static in my ears. I don't know if that's doing anything or not.
Probably about 4 or 5 minutes away from starting back up. Pretty good crowd out tonight. Very good crowd for the Cabot.
Old Worldstown Romano and Parmesan, the freshest all-you-can-eat salad bar in town. No preservatives and fresh every time.
Clay, we're going to try and change his batteries, just see if that does anything.
Alrighty.
At the corner of Greenwood and Gary in Fort Smith.
Last commercial.
The prices are falling at Crane Hyundai Fort Smith during the year-end sales event. Get 0% financing for 72 months on select new 2020 Santa Fe's and Elantras. Plus, get a new 2019
Do you need me to
Sonata
play
for
one
as
more?
low as
Yeah, go ahead and play one more. We're good.
New 2019 Tucson
All right.
start at only $19,455. Get America's
I'm turning
best
this down 'cause
warranty,
it's gonna
10
blow
years or
us.
100,000 miles. Shop Crane Hyundai at Fort Smith, 3600 0 Street, and CraneHyundaiFTSmith.com with approved credit. See dealer for details.
Jewelry is something special given to someone special, and at Cheshire's Fine Jewelry, we understand that you want the very best for your money. We only use the finest quality diamonds and gemstones versus selling promotional quality items. Cheshire's Fine Jewelry wants to be your personal jeweler. If you can dream it, we can make it. From custom jewelry to repairs and watches, all services are done in our store. Cheshire's accepts all credit cards and offers 12 months same as cash financing. Cheshire's Fine Jewelry, where our customers become our friends.
And now more exciting Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
Welcome back. Just about ready to start the second half. Southside Trail 6 zip. They'll get the ball to start the second half. And, guys, it's a situation where the offense needs to eliminate mistakes and move the football.
Defensively, we've played well. Cabot is set up to score. We talked about that, myself and Dalton. We haven't played bad, but we have to be able to cross that goal line.
And frustrating for the defense is to give up that first half touchdown there at the end of the half. Good job by Cabot. Give them credit for using their timeouts, getting the ball in good field position, and making a nice play offensively to get a 39-yard touchdown pass. So second half, Southside needs to step it up. The game's on the line. They can do it.
We're getting the ball back, Keith, and this is set up for us to just walk right down the field and score.
Here's the kickoff. It's going to be a short kickoff. It's going to be fielded by Southside at the 30-yard line. He's at the 35-yard line, will be hit, knocked out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Southside will have great field position to start the second half, as they will start their first drive of the second half on their own 40-yard line.
Yeah, and I don't know why, but each time that Cabot has kicked off, that's the way they've chose to do it. They must be afraid of speed that we don't know about, Keith.
Well, they hadn't played Conway yet.
Yeah, they'll find out.
They may be kicking it out of bounds when they play Conway. Southside will start the opening drive of the second half. They'll spot the ball at their own 41-yard line. That's where Southside will start this drive. They trail 6-zip to start the second half. That play took 30 seconds. No way.
It can't be.
That's why we have a fast clock right there. Quick game. Pass completed out to Jake Tyler across midfield. We'll get down to the Cabot 45-yard line. Good play on first down, 14-yard gain for Southside.
I like the play. I like the call. Keep them in the middle there, thinking Washington, right out in the flat, 10, 11-yard gain. Be first and 10. They'll spot the ball at the Cabot 45-yard line.
Again, the Albany drive the second half for Southside. And now the clock's not moving at all as he goes out of bounds. 11:22 to go here in the third quarter. Weehunt calls out signals, now has Dimitri Lloyd in motion. Two receivers split to the left of Weehunt. Here's a snap. Here's a pass play for Weehunt. He's going to be swarmed under. Tries to get away, will be sacked back at the Southside 49-yard line, loses 6 on the play, brings up second down, second 16 for the Mavs.
Yeah, and what I'm seeing from the Cabot defensive line is they're just using a speed rush. And how important is that our offensive linemen move their feet and stop them with their hands, but right now they can't seem to find the right recipe.
And Philip, I think it's telling that to start the first half or second half, you had 2 passing plays from Southside. Probably going to see more of that going forward.
Yeah, I'm sure the coaches saw the weakness as they were examining what happened in the first half.
Again, second down, second and 15 for the Mavs, right at midfield. Weehunt takes a snap. It's going to be a pass over the middle. He looks to throw, throws the ball over the middle, going to be incomplete. Had an open receiver. Actually, Bogner running down the middle of the field was wide open.
Yeah, I think Weehunt didn't have time to really look up as the pocket was collapsing. But actually, even though that was out of bounds, it was a complete pass. It just doesn't count in competition.
Bring up third down, third and 15 for the Mavs. Opening drive here of the second half. Southside trail 6-zip. Early in the third quarter.
You know, one of the things, Keith, we noticed last week at Conway is our passing game is much more effective when it's quick, and maybe we need to see a little bit more of that, kind of like what we saw to Tyler in the flat.
Again, third down, third and 15. Weehunt will have one back in the backfield. That's Washington. Here's the snap. He wants to throw the ball, throws the ball complete. That is Hannon on the catch. Will be tackled at the Cabot 43-yard line. Will bring up fourth down, 4th and 8.
I still like the play construction, just drag him across that. About even with the umpire, and whoever's following him usually gets caught up with the umpire.
Southside again will have to punt the ball away to Cabot. Move the ball a bit. They're moving the ball, but they're just not sustaining anything.
Not finishing. How important it is to really have that killer instinct and to finish those offensive drives.
Adam Puckett will punt the ball away for Southside, stands back at his own 42-yard line. DeCaro Rudolph stands back at his 10. Here's a snap to Puckett. It's a good snap. Here's a kick. He booms it off his foot. Rudolph goes over, fields it at his 8-yard line. Will go out of bounds at the – see where the spot's going to be. I'm not sure he didn't call a fair catch. I think he did. They threw a flag.
Yeah, I think he actually kind of fooled everybody because Southside was kind of pulling up and waiting for him to catch the ball.
All I could think of when I see a play like that is North Texas State.
Yeah, don't go there. You have to go to bad memories every time, don't you?
Well, it's hard to not say anything about that. Hey, remember, we'll be naming our player of the game after the game. The Fort Smith Flooring Group offensive and defensive players of the game on the West Ark Plumbing and Expert Drain Cleaning Services post-game show.
Apparently they waved the flag off, Keith. There was no movement of the ball.
Interesting. I'm not sure the ref can see that part of the field. We saw one earlier that bounced in the end zone. G calls out signals, takes a snap. He will hand off to the running back. He's going to get across the 10, maybe to the 12-yard line. We'll bring up second down, second, and let's call it 7 for Cabot.
Yeah, every time they're making a running play, it has a little bit of a counter to it, and I think we're just getting caught up in all the action there and missing that counter. Not a very big back either, and so sometimes those backs like that are real hard to find.
They'll bring up second down, second and 7. Opening drive the second half for the Panthers. They lead 6-zip. There's Graham Turner in the backfield with G. Here's a handoff off the left side. Turner has a big hole over there. It's going to be knocked down at the 18-yard line. Eli Lyles makes the play for the Southside defense. Will be just short of the first down.
Yeah, it's fun to watch both of the side judges here. One will have him 3 yards away, and the other will have him right on the number. So
I quit trying.
Yeah, I'm going to quit watching those guys.
G goes under center this time, has one back in the backfield. That's Graham. And Southside jumps in the neutral zone, and no flag.
Still a live play.
And
I think that's all he was trying to do was to drag him off.
I'm not sure he didn't accomplish that. Maybe they came straight up. G looks to call the play. 5 seconds on the play clock. He's going to keep the ball.
I don't think he got it.
Don't think he did either.
It's going to be awful close, Keith. They're giving him the 20, and he didn't get to the 20. They're going to go ahead and call that a first down, and that absolutely wasn't.
See, that should be measured because that thing, it may not be touching the 20, but nonetheless, this officiating crew has struggled both ways tonight. talked to some of the Cabot guys during the break, and we were talking about it, and there was a play that Southside got benefit of that looked like it went in the end zone on a punt. Again, 1st and 10 for the Panthers at their own 20-yard line. G takes a snap. He will hand the ball off to Graham. Graham's going to be hit and dropped after maybe about a yard gain.
That was that same counter play. This time Southside stayed home and was prepared for it.
Sean Rogers gets up on the bottom of the pile along with trying to get the number for Southside. Jack Hannon makes the play for the Southside defense. Will bring up 2nd down, 2nd and 8 for Cabot. Again, they lead Southside 6-zip here in the third quarter.
The play before, Keith, you hate to see that because the defense made a stand, and they should have been walking off the field with Cabot punting.
Again, a big 2nd down here, 2nd down and 8 for Cabot. G takes a snap, wants to throw the ball, looks deep, will throw the ball across the field, has an open receiver who catches it at the 42-yard line. Dakota Wareheim makes the play for the Southside defense.
Yeah, I think they overloaded that side, and that left the safety who was trying to guard that middle where they've been staying. He had to catch up to the outside, and unfortunately it was a completion for Cabot.
Be 1st and 10 at the Cabot 42-yard line. This will be the 6th play of the drive.
Cabot's got a lot of bells and whistles to what they're trying to do out there, and I'm surprised they're doing as well as they are in their first year.
Trip set wide side of the field as G works pistol formation, now brings running back in motion. Here's a snap. He looks that way, wants to throw the ball, throws it over the middle to the running back who catches it in stride at the Southside 45-yard line. He's down at the 40, inside the 40, down to the 35-yard line.
Just straight over that middle again where Cabot likes to roam, and that time they kind of caught us flat-footed.
That's been a play, and they're getting the mismatches. They're getting the linebackers. On the reception is Dante Barker. They got him listed 5'10", 187. Looks a lot bigger than that.
Yeah, I think he might not have showed up for measurement day. He just sent in his stats.
Again, it'll be 1st and 10 for Cabot to hold the ball at the 33-yard line. G takes a snap. He wants to throw a quick pass out complete at the 30-yard line. On the completion.
Actually, great coverage, Keith. They had to scramble to catch up to that. It's hard for that linebacker to get all the way over there when it's the running back in the flat.
That was Braden Jay on the catch, and he's the one that caught the touchdown earlier in the ball game.
They took the corner out of the play with some blocking that was going on, which was fine. The pass was behind the line of scrimmage, unlike what we saw at the Greenwood game.
I knew that was coming. Again, 2nd down, 2nd and 7. Ball will be spot the Southside 30-yard line. Big series here for the Southside defense, only down 6-zip, need a hold, 6:48 to go here in the third quarter. Tyler G calls out signals, has Graham Turner in the backfield. Here's a snap. He wants to throw the ball, steps up, throw the ball over the middle. It's going to be complete. A missed tackle he gets away from. Will get inside the Southside 20 to the 18-yard line.
It's going to be a 1st down for Cabot. You hate to see that because Southside's playing a little bit on their heels here, and we want to see that play we saw earlier in the first half.
That was Gage Morrow on the catch for Cabot, the big tight end, and getting down the field on Southside. G looks like to me that after scoring that touchdown right at the half, this young man's gained some confidence.
He's gained a lot of confidence, and I think the coaches have coached him up on what they were seeing, maybe some of the weaknesses that they see in the Southside zone.
Be 1st and 10, as Dalton said earlier, they're really hitting the soft part of the zone, which is right in the middle. Here's a handoff to the running back. Graham going to be hitting the backfield, going to lose maybe one on the play.
Same counter play they've been running over and over every night. Last 2 times, Southside defense has been there.
Yeah, big Sean Rogers makes the play for the Southside defense. We'll bring up 2nd down, 2nd and 10. They'll spot him right back at the line of scrimmage.
I know we like seeing Sean on that outside for a little bit of rush, but we need him in that middle if they're going to keep running that counter play.
Again, Southside needs to stop here. We've got 17 seconds on the play clock. You know, for a team that likes to run, to move fast, Cabot sure doesn't do it.
No.
It's a learning process. As, again, G looks to the sidelines, has one back in the backfield. That's Turner. Here's a snap to G. Looks to his left, wants to throw the ball. Here comes the heat. He gets away from the pass rush. Is going to be hit and dropped at the line of scrimmage. Ball on the ground, and Cabot gets it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they're going with the spot as to where he fell or the spot is where it landed, which was roughly the same anyway.
That was Angel Hernandez making the play for the Southside defense. We'll bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 10.
That's the danger when your quarterback is your leading rusher, is he's taking a lot of hits.
And going back to that point, Mr. G is going to be sore tomorrow.
He has taken some pounding from the Southside
Cabot's putting together their best drive of the game so far.
Yeah, this
This needs to be a bend but don't break kind of situation.
And maybe lead to another Eli Lyles block.
That would be wonderful, wouldn't it?
As it looks like Cabot is going to take a timeout. With that timeout, we'll take one, too. It's the Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
Chafee Construction wants to exceed your expectations as your local fully licensed contractor, specializing in no job that is
1 minute.
too small or too large. Chafee Construction does roofing, siding, gutters, concrete, HVAC,
Test.
plumbing,
Test,
electric,
test.
flooring, painting, windows, and more. Whatever your needs.
Clay, can you hear him?
Chafee Construction can do
Clay,
it
can you
all.
hear me?
Yes. Locally owned, state licensed.
So he's coming off
For
now.
your protection. Chafee Construction, 434-5203.
I can't hear Clay anymore, so y'all got to help me out. Can you hear
Okay,
me?
I think so. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to head back down to the field, or you think I should stay here?
Okay. Welcome back. It will be 3rd down, 3rd and 10 for the Cabot Panthers. They'll have the ball on their own 20-yard line. Excuse me, on the Southside 20-yard line with 3rd and 10. Big play here for the Mav defense. The Southside trails 6-zip.
Yeah, Keith, we need a big stand here at 3rd and 9. You've got kind of Cabot wondering now what they need to do next, and we want to see a good stand here. They haven't proved yet they can even make an extra point, much less a field goal.
Again, 3rd down, 3rd and 10. Tyler G. works pistol formation, has Graham Turner in the backfield. Here's the snap. He wants to throw the football. Here comes the heat from the other side. The ball's still going to be complete inside the 10-yard line.
Nope, they called it incomplete.
Incomplete. Intended for, that was Kyler Carmack.
They're saying he
was
touched
out of bounds.
his foot out of bounds.
You know, that's something that will improve for this Cabot team as they learn the offense better. He was standing exactly in a certain spot where the ball was thrown. If he knows where he's supposed to be in the future, that's a catch.
Be 4th down. Looks like Cabot's going to go for it. I think they've given up on the field goals.
Yeah, and I don't blame them.
Not been good to him tonight.
Still need that stand here about roughly the same field position.
So he takes a snap, looks over the field. Here comes the pressure. They got him in the backfield. He gets away, still trying to get away. Here comes Southside over there. They tackle him in the backfield at the 29-yard line.
Oh,
Landon
what a great
Chafee on the
stand.
play.
Maybe that's the catalyst we need, Keith. All we need is a touchdown and an extra point, and we lead this ball game.
That's a terrific stop. And might add a missed holding call on the man who almost got the sack.
Yeah, we're having a lot of difficulty tonight, and we apologize. Hearing Dalton on the field, we'll get it figured out before the next game because we appreciate all the insight that he brings, Keith.
Exactly. It'll be 1st and 10 for Southside at the Southside 28-yard line. What a great job by the defense. Only giving up one touchdown. They've been in our territory quite a bit. Here's a handoff to Washington. We'll get up to the 34-yard line, be a gain of 4 on the play, brings up 2nd down, 2nd and 6 for the Mavs.
Back between the tackles where we need to stay. That's our bread and butter play. And kudos to the Southside running backs. They've been right up there in the middle. Hands are everywhere. They're hanging on to the ball. So far, no fumbles from them.
Be 2nd down, 2nd and 5 for the Mavs. Weehunt takes a snap. Throws the ball. It's going to be an outside pass. Going to a good diving catch by Jake Tyler. Now they'll call it incomplete. Looked like he had it.
Well, of course, I think he did, Keith, but I'm rooting for the gentleman in white.
They'll bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 5 for the Mavs.
Still a very makeable 3rd down and shouldn't be any problem.
Well,
What's
happened, too, with the pressure that Cabot has been putting on Weehunt has been the fact that it's really giving him happy feet. He wasn't able to set his feet that time to throw the football, and I think that's why it ended up short. Again, another big 3rd down for Southside, 3rd down and 5. They'll go stack set, short side of the field. Here's a snap to Weehunt. He's going to be hit. Throws the ball. It's going to be on the ground, but it's going to be incomplete.
Yeah, incomplete, and Weehunt never saw that coming, and Weehunt is getting up very slowly, and he is holding his arm. Let's hope Weehunt isn't injured. We really need him in this game.
Yeah, that's going to be 3 and out for Southside. Back deep for
Weehunt never even saw that one coming. It was a blitz from the far backside of him.
Kiero Randolph will be back deep for DeCarroll Randolph back deep for Cabot. Stands back his own 30-yard line. Here's Adam Puckett. He gets the punt off, and he has got to learn to act a little better. It's a great punt as he gets it back inside the 20-yard line. Excuse me, inside the 25-yard line, the 22-yard line. That's where Cabot will start this drive. And it's a situation where Southside offensively has got to figure something out. I don't know if it's quick, short passes or what it is, but Weehunt not having a lot of time to throw the football. They've kind of got a bit away from what they were doing early Phillip,
Yeah.
and that was running the football, and maybe need to go back to it. We've got 3:58 to go here in the third quarter against Southside Trail 6-zip.
Another quick quarter, Keith, and I don't know what's going on with but everybody is respecting our punting team. In fact, to the point where nobody even is attempting a return.
Well, I was almost laughing because I thought maybe Puckett could have won an Academy Award if he goes down. Here's the ball tipped in the air. It's caught by the quarterback. He's going to be hit and dropped for a loss back at the 16-yard line.
Wouldn't he have been better just to let it hit the ground?
Yeah, it's a reaction play.
I got you. But what a great play by Southside defense.
Be a loss of 5 on the play, brings up second down, 2nd and 15 for the Panthers. Again, 3:37 to go here in the third quarter. Southside Trail 6-zip. It's a big job here, but the defense, if they can get off the field, force a punt, 3 and out would be big.
Be big, and we'd have that good field position once again.
Z takes a snap. He hands the ball off the left side to Turner, who's hitting the backfield and dropped. Landon Chafee, big play defense.
Excellent. That's what you want to see. That's what you want to see from folks is, of course, them stepping up, knowing this is big play territory, and now you're a little more comfortable when they got it out third and about 16.
Southside will check in the ball game. Levi Russell will check in as a 5th defensive back. Checking that will be Leighton Johnson. Be third down, 3rd and 16. G wants to throw the ball. Will throw a swing pass out complete. He's going to be hit, knocked out of bounds. Another great defensive play over there. That's Chase Reyna, gets him back at the 15-yard line.
Yeah, in fact, he really gained nothing. In fact, he lost a yard.
What a great job by the Southside defense. They started this drive on their own 22. But let's go back to the punt by Adam Puckett to start out.
A punt that very nearly was blocked by Cabot, but he kept the ball going
Here's
in the
a
right
low snap to
direction.
Hernandez. He gets the punt off. It's a good punt, a fair catch called by Connor Austin. It's going to take a Southside bounce back at the Cabot 35-yard line.
Excellent. That's what we needed. We only got 35 yards to go for pay dirt.
Offense needs to step up. They've had the ball twice here in the second half and really had good field position on the first series on their own 41-yard line. They've run 7 plays, need to have a sustained drive ending with a touchdown.
That'd be excellent here. And, of course, you're always feeling better about it when you got a short field in front of you.
How about Landon Chafee, though? Landon, every week, just seems to make play after play.
Would workmanlike be the correct term for him? He just
think
comes
so.
and I don't know what this flag is about. We got too many men on the field.
Illegal substitution by Southside. Looked like it was Connor Austin.
I don't know how you could have that, Keith, though, since you didn't huddle. You came straight from the sideline. So the only thing is breaking the huddle with 12 men, right? We didn't have a huddle to break in that case, but somehow they called it.
Be 1st and 15, and again, it's the penalties. Penalties that have really hurt Southside, have really killed a lot of drives tonight. Here's a snap. Here's a handoff to Washington up the middle. Will fight his way down. He gets through the pile, and now the ball is fumbled. It's on the ground, and I think Southside's got it back.
I think so, and that very fortunate. In fact, gained somehow now somebody else is saying, oh, there was about a fight broke out. Southside did regain the ball and actually gained about 5 yards after Washington's run.
That was a good run, though, by Washington. He actually broke the
Excellent.
initial. Yes.
He stayed where he was supposed to and stayed with the hole.
They'll bring up second down, 2nd and 8.
We need some fire out of these Southside offensive linemen to see them moving that line of scrimmage. They were doing it some in the first half, but we'd sure like to see it here. There's no reason for us to put the ball in the air if we can be successful running.
Be second down, 2nd and 8. 1:59 to go here in the third quarter. Southside Trail 6-zip. They'll have the ball just inside the Cabot 33-yard line. Wee Hunt calls out signals. Here's a snap. He wants to throw the ball. Looks down the field. Throws over the middle, and it's incomplete. Had an open receiver who fell down on the play. I believe that was Hannon at the 20-yard line. Perfectly timed play. The receiver falls down.
He was making his cut, and his feet went right out from under him. However, I really like the scheming on that. They weren't trying to do too much, just a down and cut back, almost a hook play.
And Southside.
Guys, are we in 4-down territory?
I think we are in 4-down territory here.
Well, we thought that earlier, remember, at one point in the game, and Coach Williams went for the field position play.
Well, your defense is playing well, so it'll be interesting to see what they do. As Wee Hunt takes a snap, wants to throw the ball, throws the ball over the middle, going to be incomplete and almost intercepted
Yeah.
They'll try to get the ball to Hannon, and again, it'll be 4th down for Southside.
Sad part was Hannon was open. The ball was just thrown behind him, which allowed the Cabot player to knock it to the ground.
I'm thinking here, guys, I'll be honest with you. I think here looks like Southside may go for it, but I think I go the other way and punt the ball.
They're going to go for it.
And Southside's not really shown the ability when they get themselves in trouble. And they started this drive in trouble getting the 5-yard penalty before they even ran a play.
Yeah, and you can't afford to do that. I mean, this is going to come down to maybe a point or two at the very end.
Big play here for Southside. It'll be 4th down, 4th and 8 at the Cabot 33-yard line. Here's a snap to Wee Hunt. Looks to throw, throws the ball over the middle. Going to be caught by hand. No, he drops the ball.
Very close. Very close, and unfortunately we turned the ball over on downs.
Be 1st and 10 for Cabot at the 33-yard line. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't know what you do on that situation. I think you go ahead and punt the ball away. Your defense is playing well. Your offense really has, especially here in the second half, they've had 3 series, and they've run a total of 10 plays. That's not acceptable. As G will check in at quarterback, has Graham in the backfield. 2 receivers split to the right of G. G wants to throw the ball, throws the ball over the middle. It's going to be complete on a diving catch at the Southside 47-yard line.
Just finding those holes in our zone. We've got the cover 2 look back there. The safeties are back. They're coming right underneath that and putting the ball right where he wants it. I'm impressed by G. He is their workhorse of their offense.
And that was Jake Moody on the catch for Cabot. The defense has held up tonight. I mean, it's just one of those games where offensively mistakes after mistake has really put us in a hole. Here's a snap. Here's a handoff to the running back. That's Turner. Tries to cut it back inside. And there's Landon Chafee along with Sean Rogers making the play at the Southside 45-yard line. Be a gain of 2 on the play. Brings them 2nd down, 2nd and 8 for Cabot.
One of the reasons Cabot is having a lack of success in the red zone, Keith, is because they can't really spread that field like they're doing as they march down there. And then because the field is shortened, obviously, they don't really have all that room that they like to have to operate.
Again, it's a big series here for the Southside defense. One thing that makes the game go a lot faster is changing that clock to 40 seconds immediately. Actually takes longer than just having a 25-second clock when the ball is set. G takes a snap. He's going to keep the ball. It's going to be a quarterback keeper. He's going to be hit and dropped at the 43-yard line. Leighton Johnson makes the play for the Southside defense. Will bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 6. As rough of a night as the offense has had, especially here in the second half, we're still only down 6 points.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we can I don't want any of the fans at home to think this game's getting away from us because we're still right in it. We just need to tighten up some of the things that are loose right now. You can't start off on 1st down at 1st and 15.
That's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter. At the end of 3 quarters, Southside trails 6-zip. Be back with the start of the 4th quarter after this. This is Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
Wanting a fresh feel, look, or decor for your home or space? Wasted Repurpose Marketplace has your specific look to fit your budget and your personality. Handpicked, vintage, antique, farmhouse, and so much more decor will have your visions becoming reality. Wasted also has it all for your fall, home, and holiday decorating. Voted a Best of the Best finalist for 3 years in a row. Shop at Wasted, 1520 Towson Avenue, or find them on Facebook. Wasted Repurpose Marketplace, 1520 Towson Avenue.
Back to the stadium and more Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
Welcome back. It'll be 3rd down, 3rd and 6 for the Cabot Panthers at the Southside 44-yard line. Cabot leads 6-zip as we start the 4th quarter. Really good job by the Southside defense tonight.
Yeah, and you love to see their effort and their play. Yeah, they've given up a play or two across the middle, but, they're doing the best they can. They're playing hard. They're chasing G every time. What G is getting with his feet, he's having to earn every yard of it.
Again, 3rd down, 3rd and 7. As G calls out signals, has Graham in the backfield.
Southside going with a different look, a 43 look.
Here's a swing pass out to Graham. Is going to get inside the 40. Well, let's see where the spot's going to be. He got a nice spot at the 37-yard line.
For a man to be standing right there when it happened in front of him, he added about 2 yards to that play to give them a 1st down.
It'll be 1st down and 10 at the Southside 36-yard line.
Keith, you hate to see that. Certainly the referees are a part of the game, but whenever they start giving things away like that, it sure gives you a bad feeling.
Well, it's both ways. We've seen enough calls both ways that, I mean, I'm not going to say necessarily that one team has had an advantage over the other, but the fact has been, I mean, when I see Southside getting a break on a punt that clearly lands in the end zone and comes back, and even the PA announcer sees it, you never know. But here's a handoff to Graham. He's got a big hole. We'll get down to the Southside 31-yard line.
It's a quick hitting play that they keep running over and over, and we've got to fill that gap just a little better. The linebackers are getting caught up in the play and not just playing gap responsibility.
Be second down, second and let's call it 5 for Cabot. The ball will be spotted at the 32-yard line. And what makes this game a lot less, too, is we talk about the time and how fast this game is, has to be the fact that this fast hurry-up offense is not really very fast.
Not very fast at all. In fact, very slow.
Here's a quick pass out to G. Will be complete inside the 15-yard line, actually at the 15-yard line where Eli Lyles again makes a play for Southside.
Not much you can do on your pass rush in a situation like that when he probably only held the ball for a half a second.
That was DeCaro Rudolph on the catch.
Yeah, you really hate to see that that quick game for Cabot being successful, especially the way they spread the field.
Be first and 10 at the Southside 15-yard line. 11 minutes exactly to go here in the ball game. Cabot leads 6-zip. One thing I'll say about the Southside defense, when they've gotten in the red zone, Southside's done a very good job. They have the touchdown was actually outside the red zone, so they've had holds here. Here's a handoff to Graham. Going to be hit and dropped at the 14-yard line.
Yeah, as I was saying earlier, Keith, I think Cabot loses a little bit of the magic of their offense when that field gets shorter in front of them.
That was Leighton Johnson and Jeremiah Van Hook making the play for the Southside defense. Brings up second down, 2nd and 8.
Cabot, though, seems to be pass-heavy if you look at their stats, but a very balanced approach tonight.
Again, a big defensive series here for the Mavs. Here's a snap. 2G wants to throw the ball, throws the ball to the end zone. A wide-open receiver. That's Randolph, touchdown.
Yeah, when you're that wide open, all you're doing is playing catch with your quarterback, and I think there was a blown coverage there. It had to be from the
Well, you had a
secondary.
safety had deep coverage. He was behind him, but nobody was there.
Hate to see that. What a great effort they've played all night. We're still in this ball game. There's still enough time to score a couple of times. We're going to have to do it on this next offensive series.
And they'll go for 2 points here to try to get back up to 14.
You know, Keith, I know the listeners at home don't know it, but somehow our hallway here in our 2x2 area is some walkway for the Cabot people. It's almost like being stuck in a stick comedy, isn't it, where somebody just keeps coming in and out of your apartment.
There's a 2-point conversion attempt. It's going to be incomplete as Southside knocks the ball away. We've got 10-17 to go here in the ball game. Southside trails 12-zip.
One minute, Clay.
No. That was a nice drive by Cabot. Took that ball on their own 33-yard line, take it down the field and get the touchdown. Had some big plays on that drive. And, you know, you can't fault the defense tonight. The defense can only do so much. If you've only given up 12 points going into the fourth quarter, offense needs to step up, make some plays.
Yeah, and they're capable of it, but we've got to get rid of those penalties, especially on first down.
And, again, you know, we looked at 3 phases of the game. Special teams has played excellent tonight. Excellent special teams. Defense has played good enough to win, but your penalties, your turnovers, and such on the offense, they just really struggled tonight.
Yeah, it has been a struggle for them, and I hate to see that because of the effort the defense has given.
Again, Cabot will kick off. This is a big series for Southside down. You know, there's still a chance. You could get 2 touchdowns. You need a big play, and Southside needs that. And here's the kickoff. It's going to bounce, and it's fielded at the 20-yard line. He's at the 28-yard line. I believe that is, let's see, that was Lyles on the return at the 29-yard line.
Yeah, that's a little different look than what we've seen, and it was a very playable ball. Nothing wrong with that field position when you're taking it from a kickoff. I think it's important here, Keith, that we come out and establish what it is we want to do, because it seems to be that we're just a bit confused maybe on what we're doing when we come off the sideline there.
Well, and the thing we've got to do, too, is don't go into Conway mode like we did fourth quarter last week and thinking we've got to get it back in one play. Here's a snap, a handoff to Washington, is going to run the ball across the 30 up to about the 33-yard line. And I like what Cabot's doing out there. They're hand-fisting, throwing stuff, and then they jump looking at the referee waiting for a call.
Yeah, I don't know what that's all about. And maybe, watching Washington, he is so quick off his stance. Maybe if he'd do a 1 or 2 count, it might help him a little bit to let that hole open up just a little more, make it a little easier for him to get through there.
He's second down, 2nd and 6 for the Mavs. Again, they trail 12-zip, 9:43 to go here in the ball game. Wee Hunt throws the ball, going to be complete to Jake Tyler. He's going to be short of the first down at the 39. Let's see where the spot's going to be. He was at the 39-yard line. They're going to move him back to the 37. Incredible.
Yeah, I don't know, Keith, what game these referees are watching, but I don't think it's the same one we are.
Anyway, it'll be 3rd down, 3rd and 1, and as Dalton had alluded to earlier, it's definitely going to be 4-down territory, I would think. Here's Washington on the handoff, is going to get the first down as he fights across the 40-yard line. On a good effort past the 45-yard line, we'll have the south side first down.
One of those plays where the old ball coach used to tell you to keep your feet moving. Good things are going to happen, and he exactly did that there. But, again, our game is between the tackles, and every time we go through there, we're successful.
They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line, 1st and 10 south side. Again, 9 minutes to go in the ball game. South side trails 12-zip. They'll go 2 receiver split wide side of the field, 2 backs in the backfield. Here's a snap, 2. Wee Hunt throws the ball. It's going to be complete. That's Connor Austin inside the 45. Will fall down inside the 45 down to the 41-yard line.
Needs to be a sense of urgency as there's 8:47 left to go in the game. We got to get a quick score here, Keith, and be ready to defend whenever we come back on the field.
Well, the urgency plays into you've got to score here. There's no doubt. Your ball game, every possession now is your ball game. I mean, you can take your time as long as you know you can get out there and get a stop.
Yeah, I'd like to see a little more speed getting up to the ball and keeping Cabot on their heels.
Here's a snap to Wee Hunt. Wee Hunt wants to throw the ball, looks down the field. He's still looking, is going to be pulled down for about a yard loss at the 42-yard line.
Yeah, it was about all that he could do there. He was trying to reestablish his feet several times. We've got a player down.
Yeah, we've got an injured Maverick with that injury. Let's go ahead and take a timeout. It's the Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
Wheeler Power Sports is proud to be a part of Southside Maverick football.
Sorry about that last one.
Educators at Southside High School, Wheeler Power Sports has served Fort Smith since the 1960s. They are Fort Smith's only factory authorized dealer for Kawasaki, Suzuki, Polaris.
We need 30 or a minute here.
Go ahead and do
Signing reputable brands all under one roof.
1.5.
Visit them online at WheelerPowersports.com.
Yes, sir.
On Facebook or at 901 North 11th Street in historic downtown. Wheeler Power Sports. Get out and ride.
Art's Barbecue and Burgers has the best burger in town.
I do too.
Every Saturday, enjoy any burger at Art's and get $1
Already.
off. Try Art's Bacon Cheeseburger, topped with house smoked bacon, or the Art Attack with bacon, ham, and a fried egg. And all of Art's burgers come with a mound of fresh cut fries, or upgrade to Art's homemade onion rings. $1 off all burgers every Saturday at Art's Barbecue and Burgers, 8203 Rogers Avenue, next to Aaron's in Fort Smith.
Life would be so much easier if you could afford a reliable car. If you could get approved for financing and move past your credit history. With Byrider, it can be easier. Choose from our inventory of quality cars, all with great warranties or optional service plans. Plus, we'll work with your credit challenges to try and get you approved for financing. So you can stop saying if and start moving forward. Byrider. Buy, finance, drive on. Begin your online application today at byrider.com.
Cherry Berry
Last
self-serve
commercial.
frozen yogurt offers 50 rotating healthy flavors and 100 toppings. Simply grab a cup and start swirling. Add toppings ranging from granola, cereals, and fresh fruits to all kinds of candies, sprinkles, and even a variety of nuts and syrups. After the creation is complete, weigh and pay by the ounce.
Do the Cherry Berry, do the Cherry Berry, do the Cherry
At Cherry Berry, the possibilities are endless as you have complete control.
Jerry Berry in the Fort Smith Pavilion.
That's how you do it.
And now more exciting Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
Welcome back. That was Zach Cozart, was the injured Mav. He's taken to the sideline to be looked at. It'll be 3rd down, 3rd and 3 for the Mavs at the 33-yard line of Cabot. Wee Hunt wants to throw the ball. It's a complete screen to Washington, who get inside the 30 down to the 27-yard line. They got guys, that screen, it's been setting up great. I think Washington's just so aggressive on that. He's not letting his blocking take hold.
Yeah, and, like I was mentioning earlier, he's so quick off the blocks that you'd like to see maybe a 1 or 2 count before he takes off and kind of let these holes develop. In that, you want your line to develop in front of you.
The 1st and 10, as Dalton pointed out, our linemen just aren't getting out there quick enough to get the blocks.
That should have been a penalty there.
Looks like Southside will throw again. It's going to be incomplete. Tried to get it to his tight end, Dimitri Lloyd, but he had and this is about the 3rd time I've seen this. Bogner running the post. Guys, he's wide open.
Yeah, Cabot has not accounted for Bogner all night long, and I say run the same play, and he'll be wide open. I think they're losing him when he comes out of that kind of hybrid fullback tight end position.
He's not really been a factor. I mean, he's been open. Definitely could be a factor. I'll bring up 2nd down, 2nd and 10 at the 27-yard line of Cabot for the Mavs. Here's a snap. Here's a handoff to Washington. No, a keeper by Wehunt. Gets inside the 20. He's inside the 15. Fights his way down inside the 10-yard line. What a great run by Parker Wehunt.
And a timely first down. Very needed, Keith. And now we got 4 downs to score here.
Again, 6:48 to go here. Southside trails 12-zip. Obviously a big series here for the Mavs. This will be the 7th play of the drive that started on their own 29-yard line.
My hat's off to Wehunt, too. Several times he could have gave up on that play, but he continued to keep going.
Washington in the backfield. Here's a handoff to Washington. It's going to be stacked up at the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Yeah, Cabot's really tightening up on that between the tackles. That's why Wehunt could be successful on that play-action fake where he keeps it.
The play I'd like to see, of course, obviously we talk about Bogner, but the play that worked last week was they had Tyler run a fade into the corner of the end zone. You know, they might want to look at that play again.
Oh, that was a very successful play. Maybe the best play they've had all year offensively.
Tyler will line up in the slot on this play. Here's a snap. Wehunt throws the ball over the middle. It's going to be intercepted. Underthrown. He's at the 5-yard line, at the 10-yard line. Will be knocked down at the 23-yard line.
Yeah, you hate to see that, Keith. We were really getting something going there, and just underthrown by Wehunt. And, in fact, the Southside receiver never had a chance.
I think that could have been a touchdown if he leads him.
Oh, it was. In fact, when I first saw it, I thought it was. But we've got some discussion, I think, here on the field.
It's going to be an interception, but it looks like we may have maybe a blocking penalty. There's a flag. It's laying on about the 17-yard line. Going to move it back.
I think it's a block in the back.
They'll move the ball back to the 9-yard line for Cabot.
Wouldn't this be a timely place for the Southside defense to bring a score?
Well, they're going to need to. I don't know what else you can say. That was so disappointing to see that. You had the lead man for the touchdown. He just threw it behind him. And, part of that, too, though, is the fact that the rush is getting there. I think he's feeling the rush, and he's not setting his feet.
Very much so. They're not crisp passes.
Again, Cabot will take over their own 9-yard line. 5:55 left in the ball game. Southside trails 12-zip. I know Coach Williams has got to be very disappointed in the fact that we have a goose egg on the scoreboard here late in the ball game.
Yeah, we've been moving the ball up and down the field, but, of course, it's all for naught if you don't have 6 points attached to it.
Well, they've really struggled. That's really the first drive they've had here in the second half, though. The first 3 drives they ran 10 plays, so they've in the first half, they were moving the ball quite well. Here's a handoff to Graham. He's going to get up to the 12-yard line.
About a gain of 3, and they continue to run that same counter play they've been running all night.
That was Sean Rogers again making the play for the Southside defense. Will bring up 2nd and 8. Sean Rogers, big ball game tonight again as always. Eli Lyles, big ball game. Landon Chafee, there as usual. They've had some heroes. Leighton Johnson stepped up big tonight for the defense.
Yeah, and just some mismatches have gotten away from us on offenses where Cabot has had that success.
And Chase Rayna on the corner has done a very good job. As G will work from under center this time, as they'll go with an I formation. Here's a handoff to the running back. He's going to get across the 15 up to about the 19-yard line. Looks like he may have a first down.
He'll be very close, and it looks like they're going to give it to him.
That was Caleb Sanders. And that's another young man that's had a good ball game here in the first half. In the ball game tonight, it's been Caleb Sanders, a young sophomore, has made several plays for the Southside defense. This group of linebackers is about as good as Southside's ever had.
Yeah, from top to bottom. Maybe not that individual star that maybe we're used to seeing, but as far as across the board. And, we're still missing a couple of players that we have seen action here this year.
Be 1st and 10. They'll spot the ball at the 19-yard line for Cabot. Again, they'll work I formation, want to run the football. Here's a snap. Hand off to Turner. He's going to be hit. Will fall forward across the 20, maybe to the 23-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play brings up 2nd down, 2nd and 6 for Cabot.
Unless I'm mistaken, Keith, we're probably not going to see G go to the air at all because that's a way to stop the clock. They want this clock to run. Don't blame them. They have the lead.
Well, they've changed the formation, too. It's just a straight eye. He's working under center, so, yeah, they want to work clock, and they can do that because we're down to 4 minutes, 2 scores ahead. So that's the way to do it. They'll check in another running back. I believe that is Romello Reed at running back. Here's a snap. A handoff to Reed, going to be hit by Chafee. Landon Chafee makes the play at the 20-yard line.
Might be a good place for a timeout, and I think Coach Williams called it.
No, not yet. Yeah, I think he did. Yeah, Southside's going to take a timeout. With that timeout, we'll take one, too. This is Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3. 1 minute.
It's not going to stop.
Yes, sir.
It's not going to stop until you get something done. Yeah, I know the game is on, but the faucet is still dripping, the toilet keeps running, and the drains won't drain, and on and on. You need to call West Ark Plumbing and let them do the dirty work while you enjoy the game. Call them at 646-5151 and watch the ball game without the West Ark Plumbing, 646-5151.
Hello, radio listener. Are you enjoying the football game tonight? How would you like to be sitting in the warm, relaxing, and highly beneficial swirling waters of your own hot spring spa? A spa can be both relaxing and fun, and a great end to an exhilarating football game. So hurry into Burton Pools and Spas at 6121 South Zero to check out the great deals on pools and spas. Burton Pools and Spas. Let them show you how to get your feet wet without getting in over your head.
Back to the Mavericks game now on Spirit 106.3.
Welcome back. It'll be 3rd down, 3rd and 8. We've got 3:46 to go here in the ballgame. Southside trails 12-zip. Big play here for the Southside defense as, again, Cabot lines up in an I formation. Here's a snap. He'll hand off to the running back. That's Turner. Turner will be hit and tries to drive the pile forward, will be hit and dropped at the 25-yard line, forcing the punt. And Philip, we talked about during the break, but I almost think Southside, and now Southside we'll talk about when they come back, Southside is going to take a timeout. With that timeout, we'll take one, too. It's the Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
Heaven forbid you get a cracked windshield. If you do, you need to call Mr. Auto Glass.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Auto Glass provides the highest quality service in the area. Customer service and safety are the top priorities for all of their customers. They can take care of your insurance claims. They offer in-shop as well as mobile on-site service, and most jobs can be completed in the same day. Locally owned since 1988 at 3017 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith. Give them a call, 782-4441.
Warning, the prices are falling at Crane Hyundai Fort Smith during the year-end sales event. Get 0% financing for 72 months on select new 2020 Santa Fe's and Elantras. Plus, get a new 2019 Sonata for as low as $16,999. New 2019 Tucson start at only $19,455. Get America's best warranty, 10 years or 100,000 miles. Shop Crane Hyundai at Fort Smith, 3600 0 Street, and CraneHyundaiFTSmith.com. With approved credit, see dealer for details.
Your home for Southside Mavericks football. KZKZ, Greenwood, Fort Smith. Family-friendly radio. Spirit 106.3.
Welcome back. Cabot comes in with a formation to try to draw Southside off sides, and guess what happened?
They drew them off sides, and, again, those mental errors are really hurting us.
Yeah, coaches can't be pleased with the mistakes that Southside has made tonight. You cannot do that. Simple as that. And that pretty much will put your ball game away. As Southside had to use 2 timeouts. We've got 3:35 to go here against Southside Trails 12-zip. And obviously they'll probably just try to run the football and work the clock out.
Going back to the I formation.
I have Graham Turner in the backfield. He gets a handoff off the right side, going to be hit and dropped at the 33-yard line.
Yeah, it's so sad to see, and you can see the air just coming out of the Southside defense. Not saying they're not playing hard, but they realize that now the game is beyond their reach.
Well, it's I mean, there's not a lot you can say. Just the mistake after mistake the offense has made tonight. The defense had a chance to get off the field. Can't get off the field. They jump off sides. I mean, you can't coach that. Simple as that. Again, it'll be 2nd down, 2nd and 8 for the Panthers. Here's a snap, a handoff to Turner up the middle. He's going to fumble the ball. Southside has it. Chase Reyna, and now Southside's fighting each other for the ball as Reyna turns and runs the ball back. Will be knocked out of bounds.
Yeah, he was standing straight up and twisting around, and out came the ball, and a very fortunate bounce for the Southside Maverick football team.
I was looking at Reyna was trying to run, and another Maverick was trying to take the ball away from him.
Yeah, I think he was just convinced we're not losing this fumble.
Well, that's a big break for Southside. Now you got to take advantage of it. Again, you've got 2:46 to go here. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Mavs at the 34-yard line.
Got to be a quick hitter. We don't have time to waste here.
Well, it comes down to getting a quick touchdown and an onside kick because there's not enough time to kick the ball away.
I've seen crazier things in Southside football. I know you have too, Keith.
Here's a snap to Parker Wehunt. Throws the ball, going to be complete and knocked out of bounds. That's Josh Hannon on the catch inside the 25 down to the 22-yard line.
Does it shock you a little bit, Keith, how loose Cabot is playing that, as if they don't even have to cover our receivers?
I've never even understood that in a game. When you play a certain way the whole game, then you play a prevent. I don't understand why you do that.
Yeah, doesn't make much sense, does it?
Be 1st and 10 for Southside at the Cabot 22-yard line. Wehunt takes a snap, wants to throw the ball, steps up in the pocket, will be sacked, and fumbles the ball, and Cabot has it.
That's probably sealed the deal right there, Keith. Well, Wehunt has not had much time this game, and it's just sad to see because he has improved so much from game one. His understanding of the game, his confidence of the game, his ability in the game become a much bigger part of our offense. In fact, it's just sad to see.
That'll be his 3rd turnover of the night, 2 interceptions and a fumble, which will pretty much seal the ball game. 2:35 to go here. Southside trails 12-zip.
Yeah, Keith, the defense is they haven't played bad tonight. You've held a high-powered offensive team to 14 points.
And they've not. And here's the thing is too, and we talked about this. They've not gone up and down the field on us for the most part. They'll run an I formation. Here's a handoff to the running back Turner. He's got an open field. Is going to get across the 35 up to about the 38-yard line, be about a yard short of a 1st down.
2:25 left to play.
Don't know why they just started the clock back up. The clock has actually stopped.
I don't know why.
Now it's moving. A benefit for Southside, I guess. But
yeah, I can't complain. But a lot of things tonight, me and you don't have an explanation for.
It'll be 2nd down, 2nd and 1. Again, 2:07 to go here. Southside down 12-zip. You get this 1st down, you can take a knee and go home.
Yeah, I think that's their plan here is see what they can do.
G takes a snap, hands it off to Turner. Going to be hit in the backfield. Is going to fight forward and.
I believe he's short, but you never know with this.
You never know. I think he is going to be short.
Nope. They gave it to him.
Well, he's right on the 40-yard line, so I think it is, and that's going to be your ball game. Again, we've got 1:41 to go here.
Yeah, we should see Cabot come back with a victory formation.
A very disappointing night for Southside. The defense, you can't ask the defense to play any better. Special teams did their job. The offense really was the Achilles heel tonight for Southside.
Yeah, and had moments of success, but never could put it all together. It's kind of like when you bowl a game, your strikes have got to be consecutive.
And again, they'll work for an I formation, and now we're going to have
timeout by Cabot.
A timeout by Cabot. With that timeout, we'll take one, too. This is Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
Jewelry is something special. Give it
I'll go ahead and do a minute.
Special. And at Cheshire's Fine Jewelry, we
Will
understand
do.
that you want the very best for your money. We only use the finest quality diamonds and gemstones versus selling promotional quality items. Cheshire's Fine Jewelry wants to be your personal jeweler. If you can dream it, we can make it. From custom jewelry to repairs and watches, all services are done in our store. Cheshire accepts all credit cards and offers 12 months same-as-cash financing. Cheshire's Fine Jewelry, where our customers become our friends.
Being the family superhero is a tireless job, constantly defending against skin knees and sibling supervillains that won't share. But who's there for them if you're not? Your local shelter insurance agent. With an insurance superhero sidekick, you can find a life insurance plan that helps provide a safety net for your family. Find your insurance superhero at shelterinsurance.com. We're your shield. We're your shelter. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
For a free insurance review, contact Shelter Insurance Agent Chris Dooley.
Back to the stadium and more Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
Welcome back. Cabot will line up at the victory formation and go ahead and take a knee. Hey, we want to mention our fine sponsors, Chafee Construction, One Call Does It All, 434-5203, Wheeler Power Sports, Wheeler Makes It Easy, 226-8724, and Cheshire's Fine Jewelry. If you can dream it, they can make it, 646-6715. This should be the last play of the game, guys, and I'll tell you what, it's been a very disappointing night. I know the coaching staff can't be happy with the mistakes that Southside has made tonight to cost them a ball game here.
Yeah, and it's so sad even for the young people and the effort they put in practice each and every day. But as Dalton mentioned up here just a minute ago, you can't have 10 people doing the right thing. It takes all 11.
Exactly. Again, Southside loses tonight, 12-zip. We'll be back with the West Ark Plumbing and Expert Drain Cleaning Services post-game show after this. Just the Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
Life would be so much easier.
Clay, how many do we need?
A reliable car. If you could get
2 segments, please.
Okay.
And move past your credit history. With Byrider, it can be easier.